So, with our streamly reminders, mental health is important. If you're experiencing any type of distress, big or small, please seek professional help. Psychiatrists and therapists are the ones there to help. They are the ones with tools, the training. You won't always find the right fit, on the first try, but trust me, there is a fit out there for you to help. Just don't give up on it. We have a Wikipedia linked down below with crisis emergency lines internationally. In the U.S., you can text or call 988 24/7 for immediate help with your mental health. And if you are 25 or younger or part of the Saga community, sexual and gender acceptance, you can contact the Trevor Project for discreet help in case you are not in a position to safely come out at the moment. With that said, you can always support us through various links we have down below, surveys and the such. We are halfway to the affiliate goal of 50 followers, though. So giving us a follow over here on Twitch or giving us the subscribe on YouTube, always a big help. And telling your friends about us is even better because we'd like to share this story and all future stories with everyone we can. We're enjoying it, and we hope other people will too. And with that, welcome back to the Highroad of Maluviette, a 5e campaign that stands as the first of 4 20-level campaigns we hope to get through as part of the Forgotten Deity story. Our heroes are traveling the Highroad to clear it out and make it usable again. It has fallen out of service, but they have to contend with the problems that have been sprouting up along it over centuries, as well as purple crystals known as torment fragments, and the fact that both player and character share a body. Last time, we had a series of personal character story developments, including Pius getting to take a walk down a hallway in the SCP Foundation, alongside Chocolate Thunder, part of a special MTF that under Dr. Druindar Rythal's care. We have learned previously that this is from a time period roughly 13,000 years in the future, but it is a part of Pius's past. During this, Pius was seemingly taken over by some other facet of his mind, one that produced black lights instead of the pink that Amy is known for, or the blue that Pius is known for, or the red that Deuce is known for. Everyone kind of just kept their eyes out and didn't bother to question it any, and no further information was gained beyond that. As well as that, there was a moment discussing the dagger where Tempest's Uncle Crow showed up and enlightened everybody about the mission where Tempest was granted her knighthood within the Kinehurst family, involving Lainey Bouchard, who had kidnapped the heir to the Kinehurst family in Maldrick. It turns out that it was actually her child, a bastard, but because the child was born looking like the Kinehurst, it was taken by the family as such, and she had only been trying to reclaim her child. This was discovered through the use of a pipe of... I don't remember what we decided to call it. It's a reverse pipe of remembrance, essentially. It shows your most villainous acts. An item that Tempest decided to acquire after Wrath ended up puffing on his own pipe of remembrance, revealing even more scenes of heroism from his past. In particular, one that we've seen several times, where Wrath had been responsible for the death of a merchant. And seeing that it was actually an act of heroism as he was trying to make sure his friend was fed and could continue to live. Along these scenes that were seen, we also saw Twilight use both Pipe of Remembrance and the Reverse Pipe of Remembrance at the same time, which produced two separate scenes on either side of her, but they mirrored each other, in which you saw what appeared to be a man bound in leather in a large dungeon-like room, chained to the wall. It ended up fizzling out in TV static despite being made of the smoke. Twilight has no memory of ever seeing such a thing, and during that scene, you also did not see Twilight anywhere in it. With all these events and considerations of the past, Wrath ended up finding himself facing off with the Nightmare Tower once again, in which he got to see more of the things that Wrath had experienced through his life, and through choices made in the tower shaped how it occurred, how not just the scenes from his past, but how Wrath handled them. In particular, 2 of them, where Lance got to see a Nuri man, also named Lance, in these scenes, the child of that merchant from the scene by Remembrance. And the other one was Wrath's awakening, the first time that the Stormrider encountered a Kraken, and how the crew became known as the Kraken's Bane. Tempest and Wrath did end up having a conversation about the dagger after Crow showed up and explained more of what was going on, as well as the fact that the dagger is actually the marker of the true head of the Kindhair's family, all of the branches. And they had a conversation where Wrath essentially let Tempest know that regardless of her decision, that all of you would be there for her, that you are all friends. Tempest took the moment to get absolutely shit-faced drunk. To which she basically had some serious issues the next day, concussion and other such. Myas ended up piggybacking her as you continued that next day's travel, though. During that night, though, Twilight had decided she wanted to get involved with drinking as well, and decided to spend 10,000 gold on a single bottle of alcohol that her and Captain both chugged half of. The day after that, neither of them woke up, so you all chose to just take the day to rest. Wrath making a lot of progress in reading a tome that will increase his abilities. You're awakening now on the second morning since the drinking contest. Captain, you are waking up. You have a hangover, which is a rare experience for you as both a dwarf and a sailor. You've got a bit of a headache still, for sure. But you are functioning. You have 1 level of exhaustion currently. Twilight does not wake up this second morning, though. She is still breathing. All of her vitals seem fine. She's just essentially exhausted and busted up so much from it, her body needs another day of rest.
Yeah, and I did, even though I did cast Restoration on her, it still
took its toll. Yeah. The poison was cleared, but not the other effects, essentially.
The other? What do you mean by the other?
Alcohol can cause poisons in general can cause damage beyond the poison itself. Just because you neutralize a poison doesn't mean you neutralized the effects, the damage done to the brain or your other muscles. Which is what put you and Captain out for such an extended period of time. You drank a large amount of very potent alcohol that was also laced with magical effects. So your bodies are recovering from the damage done by that.
Congrats, you now have magical sclerosis of the liver.
if you do the exact same drinking contest like 2 more times, yeah, basically you would. You're not that fucked up. You don't have any permanent damage, at least.
Don't have any permanent damage yet.
Captain, you are a venerable age for a dwarf. You are like fucking 180 years old, and you have yet to suffer permanent damage from any of this. If you got permanent damage from alcohol on the Highroad, I think you would have. That means you lived a good life at that point.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, all of you are getting up. Bias, you do take a moment after kind of coming back and noticing Twilight's still not awake, just to make sure she's okay. But the morning is yours to discuss, as well as your plans to continue.
As Wrath gets up and exits his room or wherever he's staying, he is deeply invested in this book. He's about to spend all of his waking hours finishing this book.
Sorry, she's just so vocal tonight. I don't know what's going on with her.
I didn't even hear her until you said something.
No, yeah, she's so vocal.
Tempest, though, you had things you wanted to discuss with Wrath that you'd put off because of how fuzzy your head was the day before.
Yeah. I'll approach him, but I mean, if he's busy with the book, I can wait till later.
As you approach him, he kind of sets a claw down in the book and folds it over that claw. Is there something I can help you with?
Our next course of action.
Well, I believe that's everyone to wake up at this point.
I guess we're waiting on everyone else.
A different idea?
No, it's probably going to involve all of us in the end. Unless you all just abandon me right beforehand and leave me to deal with it by myself, well, then that's different. But otherwise, yeah, it's going to involve all of us.
Is there something troubling you?
I am going to be in so much shit.
Well, that's what you have the rest of us for.
Sure.
Yes, body shield. I mean, friends.
I heard
Sorry, Twilight. Sorry, Captain.
Sure.
Twilight's still unconscious.
Tempest,
It's like
we're not going to leave you. Whatever the big deal is, by the time we get there, I'm sure we can handle it.
I
On a
love the
mission from God,
enthusiasm.
you see.
I hope God can help you on the battlefield. I have no idea the numbers, but they might not be good if things go bad.
Is there something... Maybe you have some information that might help us?
Yeah, those from Canehurst will kill us, so stay alive. That's the best I have at the moment.
Right. Well, I'll be sure to keep that in mind then.
Once everyone's up, I'll tell you all what I was told by the voices in my head with confidence. And yeah, hopefully that could be an option we could take.
Okay. Wrath looks around to see who all else is listening to this.
I promise you're not being punked.
I believe you. I'm just a little concerned for you, is all.
Well, at least we're both concerned for me.
Are you sure you'll be okay until then? Is there something you need to say?
Nothing to say, nothing to be okay about. Twitches a little bit.
Maybe you should rest a little bit. Just try and take your mind off of things.
Shh, sounds like a great plan. And I'll just go sit under a tree and wait for everyone until we're ready to mingle.
Spias, Captain, how are the two of you handling yourselves? Captain, you're just waking up in the fortress. Spias, you just finished checking on Twilight.
Yeah.
Captain,
What exactly did I eat? What did I
are you
drink?
all right?
Who the fuck are you? Oh wait, I know who you are.
That's. Are you? Are you good?
Camouflage, he checks both arms, he checks his legs, he checks his dick. I'd be good. I got a feeling splitting headache though.
Here, take this.
Here.
And he hands you a little ball bearing.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Those always make me feel better when I'm not drunk.
Camouflage looks at it, looks back at Pius, looks back at it, then he pops it in his mouth and just swallows it.
Yeah, as long as you don't eat more than one, you should survive.
Yeah.
Captain, make a Constitution save for me real quick to see how easily
shit.
it goes down.
Just hacking it up.
Oh no, Heimlich maneuver! Heimlich maneuver!
Which means you're fucked because Twilight's the only one who knows how to do that.
What's that
Constitution
concept?
check is going to be 18.
18? You're good. Like, you struggle a bit because obviously it doesn't have much give, but you manage to swallow it and force it down. It's like taking a really big pill, and you did it dry, but you get it down.
Okay, we're good. Yep.
There you go. There
Yep.
you go.
And he's just softly patting your back.
Yep, definitely gonna make me feel better.
All right. Well, I'm going to go do something else now that you're doing better.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to walk around and do things.
You do those things. You're.
I'm doing the things, Jess.
Okay, you go outside, you're doing the things. You notice Tempest sitting under a tree, Rat's got the book out, reading at the moment. You can tell there's something eating at Tempest, and Wrath is mindful of whatever it is.
Pius is going to go sit next to Tempest.
Hey there.
Hey, yo.
Are you feeling okay? Do you need a ball bearing?
No, I enjoy having teeth, or fangs, or whatever.
Well, I mean, you don't have to chew it. Never mind. I can tell something is bothering you, Tempest.
Seems to be a trend this morning.
Well, luckily for me, my face does not contort with emotions. I'm actually quite depressed. You just can't tell.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
So that's what it's like talking to me.
Oh,
Yeah. It's nothing too big, but once we're all together, I have more or less an idea of what we're going to do.
okay. Does it involve debauchery and vandalism.
Oh my god, seriously, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I don't know why. I just feel like punching someone in the face.
Okay. Look, we don't need to add police to the list of our troubles.
Oh, I'm not worried about police.
That's the concerning part.
I'm very convincing.
I thought we were supposed to be heroes. What is happening here?
Well, we are heroes. We just have a weird way of showing it. But deep down, I know we're all good people on the inside. We just like to have a little fun, and that's okay.
Thinks back to all the bloodshed.
Well, everyone makes mistakes, right?
Sure, that, yeah. Do you want to, here, you should smoke a thing. Maybe it'll show you horrible things you've done.
No, I hate that idea, actually. Because I have done many horrible things. Okay, fine, I'll do it. If you don't mind, I'll do it. Are you sure? I cannot be responsible for what you see, Tempest.
Yeah, fuck it. Can't be the worst thing I've encountered at this point.
Okay, let me put on my crown and turn into my genasi form. I don't have lungs, you see. I can't. I can't smoke it without lungs.
And then he's going to attune to his circlet.
All right, we got an hour until that happens. Captain, Pius walked outside. You got a splitting headache. What are you doing past that point, though, of eating the ball bearing?
Campfires is going to work on making an ancient dwarven concoction to help with the headache.
You do not have proficiency with alchemist tools, right?
With alchemist's tools?
Yeah, or alchemist kit. I can't remember what it's called. It's alchemist something. Do you have proficiency with that?
I do have alchemist supplies. Let me see if I have proficiency real quick. Proficiencies. I have proficiencies with smith's tools, cooking tools, navigator's tools, water vehicles, thieves' tools, and mason's tools.
All right, you do not have the proficiency with the alchemist tools. I'll let you have advantage on it just because reasonably you should have made this many times through your life, or at least attempted to. But it is an intelligence roll with advantage, not a save.
So the first one is going to be 22. And the second one's going to be 16.
All right, 22 is good enough to make it. It's not like a real potion or anything. It's mostly you basically make Gatorade. We'll put it that way. Fantasy World Gatorade. Get the electrolytes, get the hydration, that sort of thing.
If it had hot sauce in it, yes.
Yeah, basically.
And poison ivy, yep.
Sure, poison ivy too. That's how you get the zest.
Exactly.
Yeah, it makes you at least feel better.
It does.
That only takes you a few minutes. Are you gonna head outside to where everyone else is?
Yeah, I'll slowly get dressed and make my way outside.
All right. Twilight. We're not gonna leave you completely high and dry for an entire 24 hours in game.
Not?
No. Instead, you're having a very intense dream. So Twilight, you're in darkness, but it feels like you're running down a hallway. And everything's kind of in slow motion. You can feel how slow your arms are moving. And you can see ahead a figure. Their frame is feminine, but tall and strong. They have two large wings on their back spread out up ahead of them. What do you do?
Oh my gosh. Don't do that. So there's two of them?
Just one. A feminine figure that is tall and strong, with two large wings on their back.
I hesitantly try to approach it.
So as you kind of slow down from this running motion you found yourself starting, and Everything's still in slow motion as you're taking those cautious steps, kind of preparing to defend yourself. The figure turns around as if it's looking at you. You can't make out any features. You can't make out its eyes, its mouth, what color its skin is. Details of its clothes are lost on you. It's just this shadowy figure with large wings turned towards you now.
Yeah. Like it sees me, so
Yeah, you get the feeling that it is staring directly into your eyes.
I'll yell at it. Hello!
You don't feel your mouth move, but the words do kind of echo out. Not so much altered in speed the way your body is. It rings out at a normal speed. It's as if it's echoing off the walls of a very wet and damp cave.
Oh.
And you see the figure lift up an arm, pointing their palm upward, open, outstretched towards you. You're about 60 feet away, you would estimate.
Her palm is actually facing me. Like
Facing
actually...
up. Their hands outstretched, like for you to take.
Oh, like it's like, hey, take my hand?
Yeah, with the palm facing upward.
I kind of just sit still and kind of just like shake my head like, no, I'm good type thing.
All right, we'll come back to that. Everyone, you are outside. Tempest, you see his captain finally makes his way outside.
Well, looks like more or less everyone's out here.
Yeah, it's so fucking late.
You are not in pain at all.
Pain can be something can be worked through. Aye. Just something, an old stout warrior such as myself, an old sea dog, a good sea captain, can always just push through with a little bit more alcohol, and or tobacco sauce, and nettles.
Tobacco sauce, that's a new one.
That sounds quite disgusting, actually. I love it.
Alrighty. Wrath! I think we're all good.
I'm right here.
Shit.
Wait, has it been an hour yet?
No, it's been like 5
Okay.
minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna take time. So I'll pull the dagger out while I'm talking about it, as if it's like show and tell. So, we're not handing this over in any way, shape, or form. That's part one.
What's part two?
Well, I've come to the conclusion that our system is kind of messed up. Everything needs to be restructured, so I'm going to more or less dismantle the government of Kinehurst and rebuild it from the ground up.
All right.
And we need to find somebody because they are more or less the guidance that we need.
And they are...
Family name is Maluviette, and that's about all I got. Helpful, but something.
Just a family name?
Correct. But apparently, they'll know more or less what this all means. At least, that's what I was told.
That makes sense. Without a person's name, it would be hard to do something like scrying on them. There's no other information you might know about them, where they maybe once lived?
No, nothing.
Last known kin, I guess.
I've heard a lot of names in Pinehurst family, but that one really hasn't come up all that much. Can I roll to see if maybe I've come across that name once upon a time?
Yeah, do you have proficiency in history, or is that just going to be your intelligence?
Let me get my phone open.
The DC is 20, because there are a lot of names you've heard in relation to the Kinehurst.
Proficient, yes, I have a 5.
Neat.
Nothing crazy though, so this could still suck tremendously.
Yeah, with a
You got
DC
this.
20. I mean, if you have a plot point, you could just say, like, I remember the name, sort of thing. Or I remember hearing it somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, just make sure to mark off that plot point then.
0. Ah,
Oh, you don't have a plot point to spend.
I just switched it to 0.
Switch to 0. All right, use your last one. Gotcha. So you've heard name after name after name, but you do remember hearing at least a similar name. You think it was Volivia, but if it's not, it's close. Whereas your family has the Blades of Pinehurst as kind of the elite like army of the family. The main branch has the Knights of Pinehurst, and you believe you've heard the name Volivia as one of the members of their knights.
That's right. I think I remember her name. But there's a slight issue.
What's that?
If it's the person I remember correctly, they're a knight for Canehurst.
Probably wouldn't help us too much then.
No, I'm sure if my uncle was around, I could actually ask him some questions. But it's not like I have a way of calling.
Well, perhaps that should be the next step, is try and get your uncle's attention somehow.
I could put myself in harm's jeopardy.
I'd rather you didn't.
No, fair enough.
Tempest, roll a D100 for me real quick.
$28.
28. Okay. Nothing happens.
Boo.
I'm sure they'll be around again. They've shown up once already. Your aunt has shown up a couple of times.
True. Maybe she knows something. Either one would be great. I never get to see either of them half the time. Most of the time. All the time.
That seems a little odd considering they see you a lot of the time, apparently.
Right, apparently.
By the way, the first name you remember is Indrana. Indrana Volivia is the name as you remember it.
Say that again?
Indrana. Indrana.
Indrana. That's right. Her name is Indrana Valivia.
Well.
Again, as a knight, I cannot predict how that would play out. We'd probably get arrested. Who knows?
Perhaps.
Your call. But
Well,
that's more or less the heading.
I think the first step would be to find where they are. I can start working on developing some kind of scrying spell. It'll probably take a while. But
Wrath, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Huh.
You know, money does solve most problems in this world.
you're not wrong, however, by the research I've done, I believe scrying is a little bit out of my purview magically currently, even with a scroll.
Hold on, I gotta double check something.
It's a 5th level spell.
It's a 5th level spell.
Yep.
Yes, but don't you think that hurricane of yours was a bit out of your purview as well?
Yes, I do, but the difference with that one is I don't need to create a hurricane often, whereas scrying might be something I want to do regularly.
Fair. But the scroll would at least provide you a one-time benefit in this moment, before you forget.
Perhaps. How much is this scroll?
Let me double check the rarity here for a 5th level spell.
I think they rare. Like, pretty rare.
Yeah, I think it's might be a very rare, but there's a chance it's only a rare. Oh, my shit's been loading up so slowly this week. It is only a rare. So it's only 2,500 gold. Actually, scratch that. It is quarter that cost because it's a consumable. So 625? 625 gold?
That's, yeah, I'll take that investment. Sure. 625.
And you're still able to copy it in your spellbook before you use it, too.
That was the idea. For now, though, he's gonna fold it up and use it as a bookmark in his other book. 'Cause that also takes time.
That's true, that's true. A pleasure doing business as always.
Of course.
And he just kind of fades out.
I turn back to the group. Well, that solves that problem, but again, it does take me time to commit the spell to memory, if you will, enough to be able to use it. So, perhaps tomorrow or the next day, depending on how much time I have.
Alright.
Is that the end of your discussion, Tempest? Or is there anything else you still wanted to bring up?
I think that was everything I needed.
If
At this point, I'm just...
if we find this Indira, say, away from the rest of the Kindhursts, how would you like to approach them? As friends?
I would definitely choose as friends. I might be able to get close just casually. It's just bringing up the conversation.
Would they know of your mission to gather this dagger? Oh, and Jonna, I'm sorry.
Oh, good. I figured the spelling would help as well. So,
It does, thank you.
Honestly, I don't think they're not really the type to go talking around of missions and whatnot, but possibly.
Maybe we should have a fail-safe plan just in case they know of it. Keep it out of their grasp.
Definitely make sure that we have an escape, i.e. they are alone. Truly alone.
That's a good idea also.
We can run from one, but I'm telling you, a team, we will not get away.
Ooh, can we have code names too?
Stare.
Can I be, Greyfang?
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
I'm sorry.
I would like to be hardened steel.
I just...
Rad is dumbfounded.
Wrath could be sky chameleon, and captain could be shortcake and
Excuse me.
twilight. What? You don't like it?
No, I don't
I
like
thought.
it.
Pound cake? No, that one's weird. I shouldn't have said that. I apologize.
Wow.
We'll work
I'm
on
gonna
yours.
I'm gonna get moving before he names me Fuzzy Fang.
Ooh,
I like
that's a really good one.
It's perfect for you.
Or
Let's see if I
Growling
Or-
intensifies.
cuddle claws. That one would be really good.
You know what? The journey can wait. I'm about to beat someone.
I dare you.
Oh?
No, I don't want to hurt you, Tempest. I was just kidding.
I take
I'm
that as
sorry.
an insult.
What?
What? It's okay, Pious. We should get on with our journey.
Right.
They're still waiting for Twilight.
We can drag her.
Well, let me finish attuning to this circlet, and then we'll continue from there.
Captain, are you going to make up breakfast during this time?
just a simple breakfast of hash browns, eggs, and sausage.
All right. Back over to Twilight then, real quick. So you kind of shake your head no at this figure as it had its arm out, its hand outstretched for you to take. And even though you can't see features on it, you feel a sense of disappointment coming from this figure as it lowers its arm and turns around and begins walking away from you.
I walk next to it. I just like I shake the hand. I shake my head no, like no, I don't want to touch you. But like I'll stand right next to it though.
Okay, so you're gonna try to run up to get next to it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
In very slow motion.
Yep. Everything in slow motion as if we're watching the most painful episode of Baywatch ever written.
Oh god, that's painful. Even watching just Baywatch without it being in slow motion.
So you get up next to it, and it doesn't seem to stop, but you now see maybe 20 feet ahead of both of you as you're walking side by side, you see what appears to be an open doorway with this grayish light coming through it.
What is the figure doing?
It's still walking towards the door.
I'm gonna try going ahead of it just to see, like.
Okay, so you're gonna start running versus walking.
Yeah, because I want to, like, you know.
Okay. So you start running towards it. And you get ahead of the figure, and as you go through the door, it feels almost like you're pushing yourself through some sticky substance, or like trying to break through a giant jello that you've been caught in. And as you break through the other side, it's almost like the air and everything in there kind of bursts around you and opens up, and you're starting to move at a normal speed. But what you see in this area, besides this blinding gray light, is the form of hundreds of people, all at different heights from left to right, every single one of them with a pair of brilliant wings.
A pair of what?
Wings.
Wow.
Like the other figure, you can't make out details about them beyond their humanoid in shape and have these wings.
Do I recognize any of them at all?
No, but you can feel a weight of expectations, of responsibility, of duty coming from all of them.
Expectations?
Yeah. As if they have expectations of you. This weight, this burden of responsibility.
Are they am I, like, in the middle of a circle, or?
Yes, they are creating a dome around you.
She'll kind of just, like, let it happen, like, whatever is gonna happen, she's gonna just kind of, you know, subside to whatever is going to happen, but she's gonna cover her face. So she's gonna lay, like, on her stomach, and she's gonna cover her face and brace herself for the worst that possibly can happen.
As you start to move yourself down to this position, you see all of them stretch out their arm, palm up, offering you their hands. Back to everybody else, though. We'll come back to your reaction. Okay, we'll come back to that. Everybody else, though, the hours pass, breakfast is ready. Pius, you have your circlet on now.
All right. Well, Tempest, I guess it's time to smoke the pipe.
Do it. Do it.
I light it up.
I want to see the worst.
So, as Pius is puffing away on this pipe, and the rest of you are starting to eat your breakfast, and the scene starts to form around you, Pius is clearly on edge about seeing this act of villainy from his past. And what you see as the scene forms, in the center of this cloud ahead of Pius, is a figure that looks similar, almost identical, except it is wearing this tattered cloak over its body, the hood pulled up, as if trying to hide its appearance. And he's standing in a graveyard. There are 7 figures kind of ahead of him in this graveyard, though. You can't make out all of them. They're wavy and not taking form completely, with the exception of 2. One appears to be a large turtle man wearing a pair of gloves, some like hiking boots, and just a pair of long shorts. And the other is a female tiefling with curved horns on her head and a tail that's slender but ends in a point, almost like that of an imp. And this form of Pius in this cloak lifts his hands up, and you can tell there's an incantation before you see the 7 figures kind of collapse to the ground. And then you watch Pius slowly and methodically go through all of their pockets, all of their bags, and in the end, he takes one thing and one thing only. What appears to be a little music box, and he walks away from the scene. And the smoke dissipates at this point.
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Not at all. And you were worried. You're a softie.
Well, I guess so. I just, there's a lot of things that could have appeared there.
Yeah? Like what? You hiding something from us? Something you do know about?
Well, he did mention how he raised that father that then ate his whole family.
Yes,
We could have seen that.
Hermit. Yes.
Thank you, Hermit. Always good to have a reminder.
Well, now that that's over with, I think I'm gonna stay in this form for a while. At least for a day, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of nice. Plus, I got this comically large club that I can hold up with my tiny body. Anyway,
So what's the rest of the group doing? What are we?
What's the plan for the day?
We must travel. We must find clues of a person.
We're still one down, Rat says as he waves a piece of sausage around, still reading in his book.
Meat.
I mean, you've had meat on your plate to be eating, so...
I'm like a dog in that moment. Big eyes. Doesn't take much now.
Yeah, so if you kind of like sit around for another hour, like you finish eating and you keep sitting around, even after another hour has passed, Twilight is still not awake.
So, like, I don't know if y'all are thinking it. I'm just saying it. But if she's dead, can I be the one that eats her?
She was breathing this morning. Why don't you go check?
I can't make any promises, but I'll go check.
You go and check. She's breathing. She is sweating, though, a lot.
Poke my head back outside. She's good. She just looks like she's dying in her sleep.
that doesn't sound very good at all, actually.
Does sweating a lot seem like a bad thing?
Well, I mean, she could get dehydrated.
Well, yeah, you got a point there. Good thing you're here to make sure she drinks.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Make sure she's doing well. Bye.
No, I just... Oh, fuck's sake. Okay. Anybody got a funnel?
You can do it anally.
This
I'm sorry?
question causes Wrath to pause in his book and look up.
What? I can't just pour water in her face. Like, I gotta have some kind of method to get it down her throat.
Well, I gotta do it in her throat. You can do it in her ass.
Captain.
I'm not anally putting a funnel in Twilight's ass, Captain.
Yeah.
Wrath,
Wrath.
you
Good.
being a lot more sound of logic most of the time, you know that the good berries that you eat all the time also provide hydration for a day, and the ring doesn't require attunement that's on her hand. Just another option that Wrath would think of.
I kind of like the funnel idea. Out of game.
Wrath slides the scroll in the book and closes it, sets it down, stands up. Come with me, I'll show you. And he walks in, and he slides the ring off her finger, slides it on his own, holds out his hand, and 10 berries appear in his hand. Or is it 6? I don't remember what
10.
the ring gives you.
It's 10.
10. And 10 berries just grow spontaneously out of his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Takes
There you
one of them, shows it to
In
you,
your ass.
puts it in her mouth,
All right, dude.
and then takes her bottom jaw and kind of like crushes it with her teeth, and then holds her nose until it forces her to swallow.
Wow. Wrath, you're a genius.
I
How do
try.
you put up with our antics?
It's A learned
Exhausting.
profession at this point.
Oh,
I have
well,
proficiency.
that's impressive.
Here.
Maybe I should really take a look inside and see why I'm a cleric. Honestly,
Not
Good
all
Lord.
clerics are healers. Or
Yes, they are.
caregivers is
Pretty
maybe
much
the
me.
better word.
True. Yeah, more of a war cleric, I guess.
Right.
Either way,
Well, unless you have something to cure her further beyond my means, I'm gonna go back to my book now.
no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's perfect.
And he walked
Thank-
off.
Thanks, Wrath.
You're welcome.
So y'all are just gonna hang around for the day, it sounds like.
We didn't need a
Wrath
funnel,
is-
guys.
Here.
Wrath
Yeah,
is just
handled
deep in
it.
his book. He doesn't really care what we do. He's just deep in the book.
I'm just waiting for us to leave. We can carry her. She'll wake up eventually.
I call dibs on her carpet if that's the case. At least for this little leg.
Wait, didn't she?
She doesn't-
Didn't
yeah.
she sell it?
She
Oh,
gave
she
the
got rid
carpet
of
away
it?
a long time ago, yeah.
Blast it all.
Yeah, she's had to remind me of that a couple times.
At this, Wrath starts thinking to himself.
I'm not gonna carpet.
What can we trade to get the carpet back?
No, I have a different idea. Patches,
Yes.
2 scrolls, please. Levitate if you have it.
He absolutely does. Levitate is what level spell?
Second.
Second. That is an uncommon, so 62 gold each?
So 124 total.
Yes.
Oh, and I'll tuck one away for scribing into my spellbook, and hold the other until we're ready to go if we are leaving.
How long does levitate normally last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
And then I'm gonna be falling on my
Yeah.
ass.
No, it's not for you.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't consider that honestly, but oh.
I had to double check to see if it had a bonus duration or anything for upcasting. It does not.
Nope. Negative.
Okay. Yeah, it's up to all of you whether you want to get on the road or not. Party vote moment that does not include Twilight.
Fuck.
I
Doesn't
can
matter
carry
to
her.
me.
Here,
I
we can have Mecha
Do not want to carry her.
I'll carry her.
Sounds like a plan.
The captain has even said that Mecha Gojira could carry.
Oh, well, yeah, if that's the case, go ahead. Keep my hands free. I was just going to pick her up like a grocery bag.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna actually pick me up on my feet and carry me upside down.
We can also do that.
Thought about it.
Drag her behind like a giant sack of potatoes.
Yeah, there you go.
Caveman style. All right, well, yeah, if Mecha Gojira wants to carry her, that's fine too.
Here. Whatever works. Whatever works.
All right, so you're going to get on the road then.
Yes.
All right. So it's about 10 a.m. then when you're getting yourselves on the road, put away the instant fortress, pick up Twilight, and begin going. Wrath, you are at 40 of 48 now on your time. You got 2 hours of reading in.
Okay.
Yeah, and everything's pretty damn uneventful for the first 3 hours. At the end of that 3 hours, as you're coming up on 1 p.m., you can see up ahead. The area is kind of funneled into like a ravine almost, this deep ravine. The walls on either side, there's about 60 feet from left to right, and they go up about 200 feet as you're walking through this ravine. And you can see up ahead that the ravine is blocked by a massive stone gate.
Who wants to knock?
I could use Twilight's body to just shove her against the.
That's a great idea, Star.
Here.
Like, yay!
Wow, she makes a great door knocker.
Yar. She does.
So before you can actually do that, as you get up to the gate, you can see a couple of massive figures kind of walk out from like guard posts on the side. They are absolutely massive individuals coming out of a couple of massive guard gates. A couple of hill giants. What do we have here? Haven't seen a Humi in a while.
Oh,
What brings you around?
We're just passing through.
He kind of reaches back behind him and knocks his hand on the gate. Well, you see, to get through here, we have a little toll set up.
Oh, God, not this again.
150,000 gold. And we'll let your whole crew through to the other side of our home.
Man, I wish I still had those beans.
Bangs? Like hair?
No, beans.
Oh,
Sorry.
beans, like this one. And Wrath holds up his one bean.
Sorry, it's the accent. How about this? We give you a bean that can give you food forever, and then you just let us through.
Kind of lets out a hearty chuckle. He's like, nah. What do you think we are? Trolls? We ain't that dumb.
Wait, did you hear about... no, I didn't know. No disrespect. I just thought that would work. Well, Pius looks back to the group. Well, here's the problem.
He's struggling.
We don't have any, we don't have that much gold. You see, we're just, we're travelers. And, we don't carry that much on us. It's dangerous to do that, you know? So it's kind of a lot that you're asking for that much, gold.
You can see that, not the hill giant that was speaking, but the other one's kind of looking up and down Captain at the moment with his very impressive, technologically advanced armor on. Yeah, you could always let us, just turn your bags out. We'll take what we want out of there. Maybe take a little gold to fill in the difference. Then we'll let you through.
Alright,
Nah.
just pick your thumbs.
Don't mind him. He's drunk. He has an upset. He has a kink for thumbs. I don't get it either.
Oh, cut off the thumbs and fuck you in the ass with ya.
See what I mean? It's all day, every single day. It's crazy. What are your names?
So before they can really get a response out, you see a very large figure suddenly dropping from the top of this 50-foot tall gate. It lands, and the impact kind of shakes the ground, and there's a burst of like air pressure. And now there's a cloud giant standing in front of you. Don't mind these two. But we actually could use your help with a few things. You see, our size is certainly a benefit in things like combat, but sometimes it's a bit of a difficulty. How about you do us a favor and we'll let you through? I'll have to send you to the leaders of the village. Just take this note with you. And he kind of like hands you this oversized sheet of paper that's like 2 feet tall.
Pius slowly lowers it to look at them. Sure, yeah. And looks back, kind of nods to the group, looking for reassurance.
Yeah.
So you can see on the paper, it's they're giants. They have huge handwriting too. So it's simple. New servants handle with care is written on it in giant. So, Bias, you're the only one that can read it.
How demeaning.
And I'm sorry, what does it say?
New servants handle with care. Just make sure it doesn't catch fire before you take to the leaders.
Does that happen often?
You never know what'll happen. But you lose that, and you lose your pass to get through.
Yeah, sure. We'll kind of rolls it up into a scroll looking shape. Yeah, sure. We'll take it right to him. Do y'all have a tavern in there?
Yeah, not really.
Okay. I gotta take a shit. So I was just wondering if y'all had a bathroom in there somewhere.
You kind of see him like leap upwards, turning around, And he like grabs on to like the sides of the railing, essentially the hinges, the walls where the gate's kind of plugged into. He climbs up, and you see him reach down and pull a switch, and the door starts to open. He's like, "Meet with the elders first. We got outhouses between the housing and the farm."
All right, sounds good.
And he takes time as you guys get over to the other side. He points out over towards the housing. He's like, "It's gonna be those ones on the farthest side, closest to that Kumi Castle out there."
All right, thank you kindly. And Pius is going to talk to everyone in the group telepathically. I think they're trying to make us slaves.
Fuck is a Kumi Castle?
No
Kumi.
idea, but
Kumi, like human. Kumi.
Oh,
I'm gonna cut off their.
You've heard goblins also refer to the general human races as Kumis before as well.
this note says new servants handle with care. Surely they're not trying to capture us, right?
it's a good question.
Because I feel like if we drop this off, we are not coming back out. Because like, why wouldn't he just take it to him?
Well, they're the gate guards. They can't really leave their post, right?
Yeah, but they could just have some other village idiot do it. That's the point. I am nervous about this.
So you're walking out this way, and the valley is absolutely massive. It looks like it's probably about like 12 miles across, 12 miles long, roughly circular. So it's got about a 12-mile diameter. But you can see out on the other side, where the Highroad exits the valley, is another massive stone gate.
A massive stone what? Sorry?
Stone gate, like the one you just came through. There's one on the other side as well.
Oh, okay.
For reference, if you go into the maps section on Discord, it's the it's not called an octagon, it's only 6 sides. Or apparently you have to download it. It's the giantschalice.jpg.
I don't know if I'm looking at the right one, but I don't have to download anything.
Well, there's several photos. The Giant's Chalice is the one that's just like a big circle, basically. With a couple of little appendages off the side. There's a big yellow line going up the center of it. That's the high road.
And what side are we on? The left or the right?
The bottom. The gate's up.
Where the blue dot is?
No, the bottom. There's a big yellow line up and down the middle. You're at the bottom. The other gate's at the top. That's a forest off to the left with a large lake that you can't see from where you are. The farm is that big golden brown space, and then the housing are the smaller squares. The castle is the large square in that grid of squares above the farm.
Looking around, how populated is this place?
You don't see too many giants at the moment outside of like the field area. There are a bunch of hill giants and stone giants out in the fields right now. But otherwise, you don't really see many around.
Okay, so does anybody have any kind of plan B if things go south here?
At their ankles.
We're gonna have to meet with the leaders here anyway. This could be a problem for our mission of clearing the high road, because if people can't travel through this expanse, then they can't travel it.
That's a good point, yeah. Okay, well, let's see if we can go talk some democracy over here.
Wrath, you've gotten a decent enough time looking at this note that Pius is carrying. It's large. The paper reminds you of another piece of paper you've seen somewhat recently that you guys have on you. It wasn't as noticeable when you had messed with the smaller note, but you do notice that because of the difference in size, there seems to be a thickness to it, like there's some type of layer over it. And Pius, you can feel with your fingers, the paper feels very waxy. As for the note, Wrath, Wrath had to step away while I was talking about what Wrath saw.
No, I didn't step away. My internet shit itself for some reason.
Oh god.
I heard some about the paper, and that was it.
Yeah, the note. It reminds you of another note you have encountered somewhat recently that you all still have on you. The texture and thickness is more noticeable with this larger piece of paper, but it seems to be very similar to that note you guys got off the Rakshasa when the demons last attacked you.
Let me see that paper real quick, please.
Sure. Hands over.
I'm gonna cast Identify at first level.
Let me double check Identify real quick to see if it's going to give you the information you want. Nothing. There's nothing magical about this note.
It was just a hunch. I'm not really sure. It does look like that other one that we found, though, with the demons.
Aye, that'd be true.
So you're heading up then towards the homes?
Yes.
Okay. So when you get over there, you can tell that each of the houses are they're built a little different, presumably to house different types of individuals, the different giants, hill giants, stone giants. You've seen cloud giant. You see ones that seem to be built to withstand high temperatures as well, presumably fire giants. And you notice that there are two that are different. The ones that are up at the northernmost side next to the castle. These ones were built bigger, taller than the other ones, as if to accommodate giants of an even larger size than most of these others. But there's two of them, and you were told to come up here and speak to one of the leaders.
Guys, you're the biggest one.
The doors for these two are about 22 feet high, by the way. They are very big.
Which one?
Shit. Knock, knock.
Which one, left or right?
Left.
Left? Alright. We're going to go back over to Twilight for a moment. So they extended their hands, and you, I presume, are just going to continue going down into that.
More than one extended their hands?
All of them did.
Oh.
Every single one of them extended their hand out towards you. They've still got you surrounded in this, dome.
So as I'm laying on the ground, I kind of just reach up my hand, my face is still on the ground, but I'm reaching up my hand going, okay, let's just, alright, I'll take the hand. Because I didn't know, but I guess I thought only one was, reaching out their hand, so.
No, they all did. They all did. So as you reach your hand up and basically take one of their hands, you see this flash of memory. A memory that's not yours, and you know it's not yours. Of an angel. You're seeing through the eyes of this individual, and so you can't tell what they look like. But they're looking out over this expanse of mountain with clouds made of pure light floating around it. And you can see any and all manner of angels traveling, flying, walking around this mountain up here in the heavens. And you can tell that the perspective is from someone influential. They're in this area that clearly signifies their authority as they kind of turn and look back into the area they're in. It's an open space, not a room, but it's set up similarly to an office with a desk that's got papers on it, a chest over to the side that contains things. And they turn towards another angel, and you can hear as the other one asks, or I should say states, the demons have become far more active Lieutenant. Do you have any plans about how we're going to counter their offensive? And then the memory like sizzles out, and you're back in this dome of angels.
A bit confused, and I kind of look up to the one that I'm holding in the hand. It's like I kind of shrug my shoulders, going, "I don't get it. Like, what are you trying to tell me?" Basically,
you see it kind of float back to its starting position, and they've all got their hands outstretched still. But as you kind of look around, you notice that out behind you seems to be that doorway, but instead of like the gray light coming out through it because you're now in the gray light, you see blackness on the other side of the door, and you can still see that first figure, the one that you had been walking with. It's standing on the other side of the door with its hand outstretched still.
I slowly get up, and I'll just. I think, well, maybe okay. I'm slowly gonna get up, and I'm just gonna do it. I'll touch the one that I originally saw.
As you do, you have another flash of memory. Again, you're looking through the eyes of someone, so you can't really tell who they are. But you recognize the person they're talking to, and you recognize the office. This was the same space that the memory of your mother, who had you thrown into the icy ocean, it's her office. And you feel, since you're from the perspective of this individual, you feel the mouth move, and you can feel them and hear them as they speak. Maybe we shouldn't have thrown out that child years ago. We could have used them. There's a war coming. What are we gonna do?
War coming? Like, now?
So you can't respond as you're seeing this through memory. So you have this thought, and you can feel the body kind of almost react, as if the person you're seeing this perspective through could hear your thoughts. And the memory and scene literally just seem to break and then fall away. And back to everybody else. What was that, Twilight?
It just breaks, and then what does it do?
Falls. Like, it literally breaks like an object into pieces and just falls to the ground. Back to everybody else, though. You knock on the door, and it takes a few seconds, but the door's opened. And you see standing in front of you a female storm giant. And she doesn't say anything. She seems to process for a moment, a few seconds, and then kind of just puts her hand out and goes, "Give it here."
Okay, here you go.
She turns around and walks into the area, and you can see it's kind of a common area there in the front. And she goes and sits down over at a table, and you see her grab her candle that she has lit, despite it being the middle of the day. And she holds the note over the flame, and you see it kind of catch and burn over. There's still a paper there, but you can see, even from the doorway, that there's a much larger set of text now on the paper, instead of those few simple words. And she sets it down, and she begins reading it. But there's time for you to act.
We were unaware of any further orders besides what was written there. May we ask what that is?
An explanation. The guards can't make all the decisions. We have a hierarchy, just like your human societies. And of course, they can't leave their posts. We need them to stay there. Not always easy to get the attention of someone else to escort, of course. So they wrote a letter explaining what they were thinking and why they decided to send you here. That's the protocol. But you're here to help, so why don't you all come in? Try to take a seat.
What exactly are we helping with?
Well, that'll be your choice. We have a few problems, and as long as you can help with one of them, we'll let you pass.
Okay.
When's the last time you saw much travel through here?
We haven't seen anyone in my lifetime. We'll put it that way.
And yet you're oddly chill about this.
I mean, this valley used to be a human village, a town. Of course, we expected eventually some other humans would decide to cross through. That's why we have a toll. We don't like you, and we don't want you here, but we expected it, and it was better to have a peaceful option. War would not do anyone well. But setting the toll as high as it is should also deter further humans from coming through.
I think that's where we're going to have a little bit of a problem at some point.
And why is that?
Well, you see, the Highroad is an open expanse of road that is needed by merchants and travelers alike. Most of them are not going to want to travel through here if they have to pay that much gold.
You humans are known for creating paths in the most dangerous of places. Surely you could just craft a new path.
Or you could help us do it.
Do you not think that bringing supplies and goods through your town might not generate some more commerce and promote growth here?
Unlike you humans, we do not care for material possessions. The reason we ask for a toll in gold is because gold can be used. It can make things that we need. Commerce, especially with your people, wouldn't benefit us very much. We trade in services more than in. That's why we've asked for your help with something to pay your people.
She makes a compelling argument.
Shut up,
I
Tempest.
disagree.
Okay.
No, just... Well, I see where I see where you're coming from. It makes sense. But not everybody's going to be able to do that.
You have rather large governments, don't you?
Yeah, but they don't give a fuck about us.
Yes, but they do have a duty, all the same. If having access to this road as it is something that would benefit them, then surely they must have a stake in it. There are some material possessions that, of course, benefit us. It's hard to mine with your bare hands, after all. We aren't the best at producing items of a magical nature, as per our alternative payment of the toll. Perhaps with the right incentive from your governments, we could find mutual benefit.
I certainly hope so.
Maybe we can come to something at some point.
You've seen our fields. Obviously, labor is a currency. It's always possible your government can work out some way to provide us additional hands, but the fields are more to keep us nourished. What we really do that provides benefit for all of us and why we different giants all cohabitate here is our minds. Which is one of the things that I would offer up to you as a way to help us. One of the mines has been caved in, but we're all a bit too big to get the explosive put into the correct place to clear it open again. So it's been difficult for us, having an entire mine shaft out of service. It's possible that your people could also provide laborers. There are plenty of ways. We are a fully functioning society. We have many needs. Just as well as being able to provide us with more effective tools. I understand that you yourselves probably cannot make that decision, so I don't want to put that burden on you. I think this conversation may be a bit more than we should be having. you can make no guarantees, and we certainly don't want to make deals with people who can't. But if you can help us, you continue your journey, perhaps then you could send people here who are allowed to make such decisions. And this can be a problem sorted out by someone else.
Rat just looks between the group.
I mean, we're about to dismantle the government, so, like, whatever.
Fair enough.
What did you say? What did Tempest say?
We're about to dismantle a government anyways.
Oh, okay.
Well then, I make no promises that we'll be even willing to hear them out. It'll be their own issue when they get here to extend that olive branch, so to speak. But at the moment, I've mentioned the mine being caved in. Obviously, you could help us with that. But also, to the northeast, there's a dragon's lair. The dragon has been no problem. In fact, we haven't seen the dragon in nearly a decade. It's been abandoned, to the best of our knowledge. But when it left last, we didn't see it take its hoard with it. We, unfortunately, can't get in there. If you could bring us its hoard, all of its items, its metals, and all of those precious bits, that would satisfy the toll as well. It's your choice.
We've done dumber.
True.
Mines or the horde?
Excuse me, though. I do have work to do, so if you could excuse yourselves, make your decision, and whenever you have finished the task, at least with the mines, they'll report back to me. Obviously, if you decide to bring us the dragon's hoard, the hoard itself is proof of your completion of the task.
Very well.
Yeah.
By your leave, then.
So, out of the game, I have a question. Even though this doesn't really particularly involve me, but I just want to know: is it option A or option B, or can you do both of them, or do you have to do both of them?
Well, I think that's what we were about to have a discussion about.
Yeah, pretty much.
The mine, or is it the?
She has said repeatedly that doing one of them will grant passage out of the valley, the way that you're going. But she's also emphasized that services are the currency they dabble in. So presumably doing more should get you more in return.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you all step out of the house and you can discuss as you please.
They're not just they're not just blackmailing us, they're blackmailing us and keeping us captive at this point. You were right, Pius.
Well, you don't hear that every day. I was actually right for once. Wow. That's awesome.
Don't be hard on yourself.
Well, I am hardened steel after all. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, well, I feel like we should start with the mines. That's where I'm kind of leaning towards. Not really looking forward to fighting a dragon.
They said the dragon hadn't been there in quite some time.
Yeah, but God knows, you know he'll show up. With our
We
luck.
could talk to him.
Hell,
Not all
with our luck,
dragons are bad.
there might be two of them. I don't fucking know.
Nothing bad ever happens in caves. You're worried too much.
So as Tempest says this, all of you kind of remember the last time you went through a tunnel system in caves, and that you encountered a black dragon who had been corrupted by a torment fragment.
I just gotta chill.
Somebody's walking over your grave. I hear that's what it feels like. That's what it's supposed to mean.
But I'm not dead yet.
Or is it dancing on your grave? One or the other.
That's so mean.
We're all gonna die at some point, maybe.
What's the point then?
That's a lot coming from the immortal guy.
I said maybe.
Setting in.
As you're
Well,
sitting there
technically,
as you're sitting there having this discussion, like you're not being quiet or anything about it, the other storm giant's house, you see the door just kind of like launch open, sticks his head out. Now, what are y'all making? Humans? The hell are you doing here?
Do you call a human?
Captain, you're aware that that's the broad term for all humanoid species. Nuri is what we refer to as humans in our world.
Captain doesn't care. He's just trying to start shit. He doesn't fucking care.
Clearly.
Wait, does he lick his rock when he says it?
Oh my god. So especially with your brazen commentary, the giant steps out fully. Did y'all just have a conversation with that bitch Misfeth? I bet she wants you to do some mundane crap we don't even need done.
Oh, well, what would you prefer be done then?
She's been on about that damn dragon horde. But that castle there... come on, humans who are greedy and accumulate wealth like that, they got way more. I'd rather y'all loot that than the damn dragon's horde.
Why not both?
I mean, if you're willing to do that much extra work for us, go ahead. And we'll pay you for anything you do.
You promise?
Yeah, of course we do. We may be inhuman. Go ahead and roll insight. We may be inhuman, but we got our pride. And besides that, you could always help repair and clean up the equipment over at the farm, help take care of the livestock for a bit. And we'll get way more out of that. We also got an issue with the lake over there.
Nat 20, tell me exactly what his fucking intentions are, Jess.
Oh.
He hates Misfeth, the female storm giant. He has a massive fucking problem with her. And he's not lying to you. He just clearly wants you to do his task list and not hers.
I'm going to telepathically tell the group that. Well, what was your name, friend?
You can call me Uvluk.
Can I call you Uvi?
Whatever. As long as you're helping out our little village here, you can call me whatever the damn well you want.
How about big handsome giant? No, I'm just kidding. I'm asexual.
He does let out a chuckle though.
No, sounds great. We'll clean this place up for you. It will not be a problem. The castle, anyway.
You just bring us back whatever's in that damn castle. If you want, like I said, we could always use help down at the farm. And then the lake over there, our water supply's been a little limited. Bit hard with all those bitey bastards in it.
Right. Okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and get to it. So thanks for the insight there, pal. Uvi. Awkwardly walks away.
Highest way?
Pius still doesn't fully feel comfortable with other people in his current skin. Like he does around you all, but not around strangers. So he's still kind of awkward when he's in this form. If you hadn't already picked up on that.
I'm with them. Excuse me.
Yeah, so it's about 2 o'clock. It took you a solid hour to get over there because of how massive this fucking valley is, but... Yeah, you've got 5 quests that you've been presented with, and you've been told by both of the leaders that just do one of them, and you'll be let through. And Wrath, a reminder that note reminded you of the Rakshasa note, and you saw her burn it, and suddenly read a much longer note.
Right. Tempest, you have that note, correct?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
You want to, yeah. You want to check that out first? That would be quick.
Here. You do whatever you want to do with it.
Okay. Wrath takes it and he just casts Firebolt through his hand and just kind of engulfs it for a second.
Okay. Where the fuck did I put that note in my notes?
Wait, I might not have Firebolt. Hold on. Actually, I don't have Firebolt. No. Shit. Captain, can you make a bonfire?
Yeah. Come out, me dance Delanders. It's time to warm this place up. Bonfire.
And then I'll catch it on fire with that.
Where the fuck did I put the damn note?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, there it is. Yeah, so you see away like that top layer, and you can tell looking at the paper that's left that the internal paper is fire resistant, and that the top part being made out of wax was so that it would kind of burn away, leaving the real note, form of deception, in case someone got their hands on one of these notes. Not a technique you're familiar with, despite it being in the wheelhouse for pirates. You're guessing it's not used by a lot, because if everyone used it, it wouldn't be such a secret.
True.
The note itself reads, though, the hybrid has multiple voices in their mind. Be careful, the angels may be using her to learn about our plans. If possible, bring back the girl in the red hood. The presence in her mind seems to know more about Soul Drinker than anyone should. If you can't bring her back alive, bring her back dead, and bring any one of her allies alive, except the hybrid. If you fail, Lord Pazuzu will not be lenient when you return to his domain.
I read it out loud to the group.
Wonder who they're talking about.
There.
Looks at Twilight.
Yeah, I believe that's a
We'll
simple
sacrifice her,
solution.
don't worry.
Okay.
Wait, what'd you say?
We'll sacrifice her to Pazuzu.
No, we won't, Captain.
There.
She may be a pain in the ass, but she's still our companion.
Well, exactly. We use her as offering and then we kill him.
That's going to be a lot harder than you think, I believe.
Are you saying I can't eat the demon?
I'm saying it's probably not a good idea to try currently.
There. I feel something. I want to crush it. I want to make it squeal. Yeah.
Never a fucking dull moment with you. Well, that's disheartening. Shit.
That's more information than we had before. So at least that.
You know, I'm starting to think that something much bigger is at play here.
I don't know. Multiple voices
Where?
in Star.
No.
What?
I mean, all of you are aware that there's multiple people inside your own heads. That hasn't been a secret from the beginning.
We'll probably need more information. But for now, we can just focus on the task at hand, I guess.
Right. Which one were we thinking of doing?
So, just to list them a little bit simpler, option 1, get the dragon's hoard. Option 2, clear the cave-in in the mines. Option 3, bring back the hoard from the castle ruins. Option 4, help out around the farm, repair and clean their tools, as well as help take care of the livestock, clean them up and such. And the 5th one is figure out what the fuck is going on with the lake and how to fix it, whatever the problem actually is.
The easier ones would probably be the lake and the livestock. We might be able to handle those in smaller groups even. We should definitely all be together if we decide to do any of the other 3, though, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we should all stick together no matter what.
Maybe. You do have a gut now, so you can use that intuition.
Out of game, I'll put it this way. This is like exploring a town. This is one of those generally safe to split the party areas, in case it affects your decision making. Obviously, there's always risks, even if it's a safe zone, but...
Well, my votes are with the lake and the dragon's hoard.
There.
I want to fuck with the dragon.
Well, yeah, the Dragon's Horde seems like the most...
Oh, Pies, you okay? You're glitching.
What? Hello?
Your voice box had an issue.
Oh, sorry about that.
Which is hilarious, because it doesn't really have a proper voice box anymore. At the moment, at least.
Now they do have a proper voice box, though.
Yeah, I guess
Well, I
reverse of that.
I wonder if the circlet is. I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Shit, I got distracted. ADHD. Okay.
Something
sword.
about the dragon horde.
Got it. Okay, thank you. So the dragon's horde seems the scariest, in my opinion. So maybe we should just knock that one out first?
Sure.
Alright.
Sure.
Because the rest of them, easy peasy.
We're gonna kill a dragon. We're
I
gonna...
do want to see what's going on with the lake at least before we leave. But I can do that on my own if you need.
I don't know, Wrath. Going alone just doesn't seem right with me.
No, and I definitely want to see what's up with this dragon sword, so I'll follow you there. I'm just saying, if no one wants to go check out the lake afterwards, then I can manage, I'm sure.
I'll go with you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, dragon sword, everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kill it.
Well, we'll see. He might not be hostile. Might not even be a he. I don't know. It's a fucking dragon.
I call them eat. Yeah.
It doesn't matter the gender. I'll still eat it.
Oh no, bisexual disaster party.
Oh, shit. Okay. I think we're headed towards the dragon's horde then.
All right then.
We should. Do you think they would mind us putting the fortress down? It's kind of just a field over here, right?
Oh yeah, there's tons of open space in the northeast section.
So maybe we should leave Twilight out in the fortress and not try and drag her through what could potentially be a dangerous dungeon.
Hey.
I like where that's going. Yeah, do it.
Okay. As you set up the instant fortress, you are once again reminded about the damage to it that still needs repaired.
Mhm.
But otherwise, you're able to put Twilight in there. And your little pseudo dragon friend takes some initiative and kind of crawls off and curls up on her.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see you when we get back.
It nods to you. Ow. God, my throat's all fucked up today. It's gross. So between all the time you've taken, you rolled into town around 1 p.m., but by the time you get up to where this cave is up there in the northeast, it's already after 3 p.m. Again, this is an absolutely massive valley. But you get up there, and you get to the entrance of it, and you see that the height of this cave is about 20 feet, and it's about 40 feet across. The only thing that you think would actually be impeding the giants is a massive pool of bubbling black acid that goes from the left side to the right, and is about 10 feet across. There's no way these giants could successfully jump over that when they don't have the height clearance.
Well, we may be in luck after all.
Yeah.
Wrath will run to the edge and jump and push himself even further with a gust spell.
All right, you clear that 10 feet like it's nothing.
Come on, I'll help you. And he'll prepare gust spells for everybody to cross with.
Actually, I think I can levitate. Hold on.
Don't throw me.
And tie yourself onto someone before you do, because you won't be able to, actually,
Yeah.
direct your
Oh.
movement.
Never mind. I don't think I can. Okay, I'm gonna jump first since I'm the heaviest.
Got you. Just let the wind take you.
There.
Meaning just fail the save on purpose.
All right, I'm jumping.
Beautiful part about 5e, it does directly state in the rules you are allowed to just fail a save if you so want to.
Yep. So as he gets within 5 feet of this side, I gust spell him towards me.
And we've got 2 across. Also, the map you're looking for is the last one. The one that doesn't look like a clean-cut, housing house or something. Should be pretty obvious you're looking at a tunnel map.
I just thought maybe it was like an intestine or something.
You're secretly in the dragon.
Hey, you guys kid about that, but after this first campaign, there is opportunity in every campaign of the main trilogy to go inside of a giant monster like that.
No.
There's
Not going in a house.
Actually, I shouldn't even say there's opportunity. In Arc 2, you have to.
Man, who put this couch here? This thing's wet. What the hell? Who gets a pink couch that... Oh, wait, that's not a couch. Oh, no.
As you're stuck to the mimic.
Help.
No, don't duck down there. No.
All right.
So who's next? Come on.
All right. Nyeh.
You probably don't even need any help. I barely just.
Nope, I just go flying over your head.
Just a...
Yeah, she's got the running long jump for it.
I pay very close attention for Captain though.
What are you going to do about Mecha Gojira, though? You don't think a gust spell's going to get it across, and it definitely can't jump that well.
Okay, go back there down to toilet.
Wait.
Nope,
Do you
nope,
want-
you're waiting for me.
Do you want him to come with us?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Mecha just kind of hangs his head a little low. That don't mean nothing. Just go down there, protect the thing, do what you need to do.
Love how Twilight's now a thing.
Protect the
Sad.
thing down there.
Sad, goofy noises.
For me to wake up. I'm alone. Completely and utterly alone. My friends have ditched me.
Hey, you chose of your own accord to drink that shit.
Against a dwarf.
Exactly what you were getting into. Kinda.
I mean, if Captain had failed to save too, he would have been in the same position as Twilight right now. Yes, you have all made it across this acid pool at this point, after sending Mecha Gojira back to the Instant Fortress. Traveling through the tunnels. is not
Yak's going down the hall. Yuck. Yuck.
So perfect.
Right. So traversing the tunnel is easy. I mean, it is roughly 20 feet tall. It's like 40 feet across. It is a very open tunnel. You're not seeing like any complications. You're not finding bodies. There's not anything there. As you get up to that first chamber, though, because you're starting down at that southernmost portion, you come up to that first cavern, and you look in, and you don't really see anything in there other than in the center there is a large pool of that bubbling black acid, just in the middle of the room.
We should probably avoid that.
Bet something comes out of it.
Just continuing on then.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
Queen.
Oh my god.
LMJ.
So how are you all traveling through the tunnel anyways? It'd be good to set marching order.
I'll be in the front.
Right behind you.
Okay. And you don't have to walk in a line. Like I said, it's like 40 feet across.
Yeah, I'll walk next to Wrath.
Okay. How about
For
Captain?
our
Just following behind.
Okay.
for those without dark vision, Wrath kind of holds up his hand, and you see four sparkling lights kind of float off of him, purple in color, and they illuminate the area around us.
Does my ghostly middle finger glow?
Not bright enough to help at all, no. It also
What's that?
would create a strobing effect as you have to keep activating it as it fades out after a few seconds.
Damn, gotcha.
So that would mean Wrath, Pious, I need the two of you to make dexterity saves at the front of the line as you enter that second chamber.
I got an 11.
11.
17.
17. Pious, you manage to catch yourself before anything happens, and you kind of shove back, but Wrath, you jump the wrong direction, essentially, and kind of don't clear the gap, as a large portion of the floor just falls out from underneath you, and you take 7 bludgeoning damage from the fall, unless you have a reaction to counter the pit trap.
I very much doubt I do. I think only reactions I have... No, none of those help. So 7 damage, you said?
Yes, 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And Pious, you manage to step back. It doesn't completely cover the entire path across, So there are still like edges to walk around this pit, but Wrath is now about 20 feet down in a portion of this cavern that seems to have just kind of collapsed. It doesn't look like this was any type of intentional pit trap.
Oh,
Okay.
God damn it.
You all right down there, buddy?
Yeah, I will be. My pride is what's bruised.
Well, that's all right. I mean, you're still immortal, so there's that.
Yeah, you can't die down there.
Not what it means.
Oh, well.
You can still
either
starve
way.
to death.
Immortal.
Actually, I couldn't right now because I have the ring on me.
Oh
Exactly.
shit! Yeah, you could just provide food and water too. You could literally spend an eternity in the pit.
I am gonna take a look around the pit. Is there anything down here in all this rubble?
No, it looks like it was just like, god damn it, what's it called? Like sometimes out in cities, all of a sudden a part of the ground will just kind of fall out from like tectonic shifting and everything, creating this like large pitfall in the middle of like a city street. It's kind of like
Right.
that. So you just got a bunch of rubble from what was still up there until you stepped on it.
I'll,
Does anybody have any rope?
I got rope.
All right. Sorry, go ahead, Red.
you said it's 10 feet deep? Is that
20.
correct?
20.
Oh, 20 feet deep. Okay.
Just enough to cause fall damage.
Yeah, toss it down. Oh, well, maybe you should try to get across first. That way we have the rope on the other side.
Okay.
All right.
We do that.
As long as y'all are being careful, you don't have to worry about falling in or anything. There's pretty solid gaps that look sturdy enough around the sides of the hole. So you're able to get the rope down there too once you're on the other side. But as you're looking around this cavern that's like in the center of the map there, you notice there are a large number of different pools of that bubbling black acid as well.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it was a black dragon that used to live here.
Oh, boy.
Used
But what do
to.
I know? Well, they said they hadn't seen it in quite some time.
Do they like hibernate forever or something?
Could have moved to a different place. Could have been killed.
I'd be
Trapped.
concerned about that.
Well, they can fly for quite a distance, I'd imagine, as large as they are, so could have been killed miles away from here.
Is this the same cave that we actually fought the black dragon in? It's just the other side.
No, it's not.
Usually dragons surround themselves with the elemental affinity that they're tied to. White, cold areas, red, fire. Black is swamp, usually. Strange to
Acid.
see it in a cave.
It just sounds like it would be something that we've already fought, but that was out of game. I'm still knocked out.
Yes, you are still unconscious. Which, speaking of which, back to you real quick. So that whole scene just kind of broke and fell to the ground in pieces, and it fades away after a few seconds. But you've just been standing there in this blackness for almost 5 hours now. Nothing else has appeared to you. You've heard nothing, seen nothing, felt nothing. You're just in this void.
In this what?
You're just in a void. There's just nothing anywhere. It's just you, all alone. And you've been there for hours at this point.
I figured it out. I found myself. The war is me. I am the war. I shouldn't be afraid. They're the ones that should be afraid of me. Show yourselves!
As you scream out into the void, I'm assuming your intended show yourselves is towards those figures you saw before.
Huh?
I'm guessing that the people you're intending, the people you're shouting out to show themselves, are the figures you saw before.
Yeah.
Uh,
And they did not make a mistake by throwing me away. they actually Well, okay, they made a mistake on their part, but on me, I'm victorious now.
You know, with that level of conviction, I won't make you roll.
Huh?
With that level of conviction in what you've just said, I will not make you roll. You see not nearly as many, but you do see 4 of these figures reappear. One directly in front of you, about 20 feet. One behind you, about 20 feet. One to your right, and one to your left.
Did I say anything, or is it my turn to talk, or them?
They're just there. They just appear.
Ha! So, you heard me show yourself. Okay, so here's how it's gonna go. You're either with me or against me. Choose your battle wisely.
The 4 of them all extend their arms out again.
I was holding my arm out first.
Then they reach for
So I'm, like,
yours.
reaching. Yeah, so I'm telling them to either you're with me or you're against me, and I'm holding out my hand. And if they don't grab my hand, then I'm ready to fight.
So the one directly in front of you moves forward towards you. It doesn't seem to make any motions. It just literally just gets closer. And it reaches out, and as soon as its hand makes contact with you, you see what appears to be the valley where Pallet Town is. You recognize it because you've been through there a couple times. And
Say that again. You're kind of like breaking up. I don't know if it's my computer or...
it might be your computer, considering I keep hearing myself over Maya's mic. I know it's not my volume.
Okay, Okay, let's go on with the conversation, then I'll restart my computer.
Okay. So he reaches out his hand and touches you. And as soon as you do, you see this aerial view of the valley where Pallet Town is. The town itself seems to have been busted and broken, houses with walls torn down, and the entire valley is kind of just on fire. And scattered around the valley, you see numerous demons and angels caught in a conflict, swinging blades, casting spells, and any other means of combat as this battle rages over the valley. And then you snap back, and that angel is back in its place.
So... So the demons and the angels are at war.
That's what it looks like, but you can't imagine that that's going on right now. Definitely wasn't the past. You've been through Pallet less than 2 months ago, and it was perfectly fine. Let Twilight think on that and restart computer. Back to everybody else. So you're in that second chamber. You can see all the acid pools around, and you've gotten past that pitfall at the entrance to it on the north side. How do you proceed?
Well,
Is there a path between the acid pools, or?
Oh yeah, it's a rather large room. There's anywhere from 5 to 15 feet between each pool.
Maybe one at a time? In case of other traps.
Fair.
Unless anyone's good at spotting them out.
I'll poke the floors beside us to make sure they're stable.
Good idea.
Captain, does that make you think of when you were doing that as Sook?
Hey, it does.
Okay. So does that mean Tempest is taking point then at the front?
Hey.
Okay. So you're going along and you're pushing into the ground and everything, making sure if it's going to fall out or everything. And you get down to the southern side there to head back out of that cavern and continuing on in the tunnel. And as you jab into the ground, a large chunk of it just falls out in front of you. There's still ways around it. It's just like the one on the other side. But you can kind of see when you do this, you do notice that there seem to be little bits of that same bubbling acid down there. And you think that may have been what eroded the ground so badly in those spots.
Good catch.
Grr.
That hole looked pie size.
They don't make them like that every day.
I'm not sure to take offense to that or.
Well, typically you're much larger.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sometimes I forget,
So as you're continuing down, you go down that curve, you come back up, you go over to the right, and as you start that progress northwest through the tunnel, you notice that there's acid kind of dripping from the ceiling at this point. It's not fast, and it's easy to kind of avoid as you're going. But
Does,
yes?
so, would it be considered acid rain?
So to speak, yes.
Would my subtle control of the weather around me freeze it in midair?
You know what? I'll say yes. So you have absolutely no issues getting through this tunnel. From basically that point where you started northwest up until you reach that last cavern, though the dripping's coming down and your ability is stopping it from actually landing on everyone. And you enter this last cavern, and you notice, like the previous cavern, there are a lot of these pools of bubbling black acid everywhere. You don't see any more paths, but you also don't see a horde. And according to the giants, the dragon never took its horde.
Oh no, it disintegrated.
You think? What if we're just missing something? Let's spread out, maybe. Look around.
Yeah, I'm down.
I already feel pain, and we haven't even gotten hit by something yet.
Grr.
Just wait. It'll happen at some point, I'm sure.
Thanks for the confidence.
All right.
Well, I mean, it's bound to happen.
Aye.
All right, so we will go down the list one at a time. You're going to tell me where in the cavern you're going and how you are going about your searching. So, Captain, let's start with you.
Aye. What am I looking for? What should I be looking
For
for?
a horde.
What would a horde look like?
Gems, coins, weapons, armor, magic items, a pile of valuable things.
He looks for the valuable things and throws a 15.
Looks for valuable things and throws a 15.
Yes.
15 investigation.
Yep.
Okay, but where are you going and searching in this?
He's
in
going
this-
south.
So you're starting at the southern wall.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just going to search that opening area then?
Aye.
Okay. So as you're searching around, you're kind of keeping your distance from the pools of acid. You don't want to fall in them. But you don't find anything as you're beginning the search. Pius, though, where are you going and how are you doing your search?
Give me a recap of what's around us.
So it's a large, kind of almost circular cavern, and throughout the room there are various pools of this black bubbling acid. You are on the southern side where it came in. But otherwise, you can't really see anything of note besides the rocky walls and the pools of acid.
Okay, I'm gonna. And what? Sorry, what's Captain looking at?
He's kind of searching through and covering this southern area around the doorway, or the entryway.
Okay. I'm gonna look for any signs of recent travel through here.
All right. Which way through the room are you going? Looking for these. Where are you going in the room to start to search this?
It would be the east side.
The east wall? Basically where that corner is, since I couldn't do circles and had to do a fucking hexagon.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you're heading over there. Roll an investigation for looking for signs of recent travel. Wrath, how about you? Where are you going in the room and how are you searching?
What is in the dead center of the room? Is there a pool of acid there?
Not dead center. The dead center of the room's pretty much just a rocky floor. There is an acid pool kind of just a little bit past the center up towards the north, though.
I'm going to go over to that acid pool and I'm going to first just dip the tip of my staff in it and pull it back out and look. Does it seem to damage it?
Give me just a second here. Brain was not prepared to answer this question.
Wow. As a DM, it's your job to know everything about the telling us.
I know. It's my job. I just fucked up for a moment. That's all.
How dare you? I trusted better from you.
You expected better from me, the non-professional DM.
Exactly.
Wait, you're
You
not
know, I'm
professional?
making a really bad impression on Pius' campaign. You know that, right?
How dare you?
It's not my fault. I'm not professional until I get paid for it. So either we need to meet that 50 followers, everybody, or someone needs to pay me to run their campaign.
Okay, someone give her $5 and a sandwich.
You know what? If you guys were paying me $5 and a sandwich every week to run this campaign, I'd actually be pretty down. Considering I'm doing it for free because I enjoy it, that's already a big plus.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that. You're helping out the poor.
You're up the board.
Okay. Anyways, to the answer of your question, you put it in and you pull it back out, and it doesn't seem damaged at all. But that's kind of normal for magic items. They're not going to damage very quickly in acid.
Okay, then I'm going to try and use it to see if I can tell how deep the pool is.
Okay.
Just stabbing it in there, pulling it out.
Okay. Then we will move on to Tempest real quick. Where are you going in the room, and how are you doing your search?
Can I circle the room again? I want to check the walls in like a clockwork motion.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation as you check the walls going clockwise, starting at 6 o'clock.
Investigation.
Yes.
Ew. That's not good. Perception would be better.
All right, Pius and Tempest both got 18s. So, Tempest, you start to circle the walls at 6 o'clock, going clockwise. You get up to the northern side before anything happens. You haven't noticed anything yet. Pius, you've been following tracks and everything out towards that east wall, like looking for tracks, not following tracks. And you haven't noticed any type of recent tracks or any disturbed dust and dirt, which you can tell a pretty clear difference from all of your own footsteps as you're going. And Pius, as you get to that eastern side, and Tempest, you're just about up at the northern wall at the top. I should have been rolling this as I described what was happening.
Wow.
22 to hit, Wrath.
Does not hit.
The black pudding reaches out as you stab your staff as deep as you can into it and goes to slam you, but it comes down on your side as you notice what's happening.
Can I stab in earnest to hit it now?
Yeah, let's roll some initiatives real quick, though.
I'm rolling nothing but 5s tonight.
Yeah.
Another 11.
Yo, 13.
And of course, my worst roll of the night so far is my initiative. Awesome.
Awesome.
Is it
Tempest
beat
got
11 then?
14.
No.
That was a total
I got a
That's
7.
all I've rolled. That's all I've rolled tonight is 11s.
Fucking hell.
Both 5s plus 6.
Oh, good. I get to go for the puddings.
Yes, they got a total 3. Yes, so at the top of the turn order, we have Tempest. And
What?
Tempest, your 14 was the highest roll.
God damn.
And so you're on the northern wall, and Wrath is slightly north from the center. So you actually are the closest one to Wrath at the moment. And your speed 40 is enough to get to where him and this black pudding are.
Home? Made a friend?
Yes.
Oh, he don't look nice.
Quite so.
You think he likes knuckle sandwiches?
Yeah.
I think we'll find out.
You think it tastes
Find
good?
out. Are we fighting right now fully? Alright, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Kill
I'm
this
gonna,
thing.
I'm gonna be with this stick. I'm gonna poke it.
You're going to poke it? Are you swinging your scythe like normal, or are you literally trying to poke it with the handle instead?
I'm gonna actually swing it. I'm not.
Okay.
Oh,
You don't need to roll. Your scythe goes straight in and through it, and that's when you remember these things are immune to slashing.
Oh yeah. This is on you, Wrath. I don't like your friend.
That's fine. I'll deal with it.
But you do notice as you do this, with the momentum, it seems to split it, and a chunk of it comes out of the hole and is now up next to you, Tempest.
Oh, it's mini-me. I'm gonna take a step back from it.
Outside of its reach there to grab you.
For sure. I don't like this fight anymore.
So let's see. The lower roll definitely doesn't hit. Let's see, +5, so 22 was. They both made opportunity attacks at you as you moved away from them, but neither hit because you got that 24 AC in your hybrid form.
Ow! Yeah, eat my tail, you bitches.
All right. After Tempest is Flowers.
Captain Flowers hears, it's a black slime, and his eyes go really wide. Yeah.
You remember how the last time you tried to eat it, it was a bit spicy.
It was a bit spicy, but Captain Flowers, he's got a good stomach on.
Oh, that's the name for him. The Iron Stomach.
See, Raph, now you're getting it. See, I knew you'd come around.
This is not the time.
What do you mean? This is a perfect. Oh yeah, we're in the middle of a fight. Never mind.
It's just a slime.
The black puddings all kind of just let you do your thing, have this conversation. Captain, what are you doing?
He's pulling out the slime slayer
All right.
as he's running towards the black slime.
Okay. Make that attack.
I wish I had a Mr. Krabs walking sound on the soundboard.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna fucking put that in right now.
Money.
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 What was it for the slime slayer? What did I have it as? 1D. What do we?
Oh my god. I had
Wait,
it.
you gotta roll to hit first.
Well, yeah, I'm running the hit.
Is your Slime Slayer really not in your character sheet?
Yeah, don't answer the question, Justin. Don't do that.
Answer.
It is in there.
It's,
You have better than a +1 to hit. What's your strength modifier? 6 or 7?
yeah. 7.
7. Plus you're proficient to 10, and it's a +1 weapon, so you have a +11 to.
Yes.
And you got a natural 19, so a 30 definitely hits it. It is a slime, so you deal the max damage of 12.
Yeah.
It is still there, though. It is not dead.
I'm gonna eat ya.
Alright, Wrath, your turn.
Fuck, I don't remember if it was lightning or fire that these things didn't like.
It was a recent enough incursion that you had. It is acid, cold, lightning, and slashing that do nothing to it.
Okay, well, he still has that thought because I really didn't remember. So instead, he's going to turn. Flowers is now next to him, right?
Yes.
Okay, can I do a 15-foot cube that would not hit Flowers and encompass both of these, but also not hit Tempest?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to cast Thunder Wave at first level.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Well, what is the DC?
Only 15.
That is a 10. That is a fail.
Uh-huh. 13 points of thunder damage, and they are not 10 feet, and I'm assuming they can't be prone, so that is...
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
So
They're
the one that's
pushed.
in the pit, you kind of it hits and reverberates through it. It splashes about a little bit in the direction of the thunder waves, so it doesn't land on anyone. And then the little bits of it just kind of fizzle out into the ground. The other one does get knocked back 10 feet though, and a large portion of it's kind of blown to the wind, so it's gotten smaller.
No. Also, whenever I cast it, the one that is... So one of them was destroyed, right?
Yes, one of them was destroyed.
Okay. And the other one, how far away from me was it when I cast the spell?
It was 5 feet away from you when you cast. If you push it
Okay.
back 10 feet, it's now 15 after the spell.
So, because of Heart of the Storm, gain resistance to thunder, lightning, blah, blah, blah. Whenever you start casting a spell of first level or higher that deals lightning or thunder damage, creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you take 3 lightning or thunder damage, and I'll go ahead and make it thunder, so it takes an additional 3.
All right. It It is
Not
a
as much.
bunch smaller, of course, from the hit at this point, and that makes it Pius's turn.
Okay. How far am I away?
Roughly 40 feet.
Shit. Okay. Sorry, what were its weakness, or what was it resistant to again?
It is immune to acid, cold, lightning, and slashing.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Disintegrate at it.
God damn.
What type of save is that, and what's the DC?
Dexterity.
It's a dex save.
What's the DC?
Holy shit.
My DC is 19.
It cannot pass because it has a -3.
Okay.
So
All
it
right.
fizzles the fuck out into dust.
Oh, I was gonna say pudding.
How many? What are the dice plus 50 on the damage for that again?
It's 10d6 plus 40.
Plus 40. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll it just for funsies.
Roll it just for funsies.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, 84. So if I were running these at their normal stats, that would have left it with 1 hit point from max. The fact it was already hurt, it still would have been dead. These
You
are
all see
these are
Pius
not full stats though.
just look around, and then she looks at her finger and then just points at the thing. Well, that was fun.
Hey, I was trying to eat that, sir.
All right, you've blasted
yeah,
that black
shit.
pudding to hell. Half of it
Sorry,
still,
Captain.
hey, half of it still had stuff splattered around and didn't get disintegrated.
Oh,
But that
just
does
like
bring
the-
it to the black pudding's turn, as you see the other 17 pools start to crawl out of their holes.
Oh, now he gets to have fun.
That's a problem. I only had one of those.
I mean,
Okay,
based
well-
on this one that you've been fighting, they seem to be going down a lot easier than the ones you fought previously.
Oh well, I just kind of wanted. I just kind of wanted to do that, because that was real fun.
They crawl out, but none of them actually get within range and attack anybody. So that brings us up at the turn order with Tempest again.
Oh. I really am useless in this fight, so...
Unless you want to punch them or claw them.
Yes, of course. I'm gonna slash them with slashing damn. No. I'm just gonna kind of be the moral support, the cheerleader of the group, and make sure nothing sneaks up on us.
Fair.
Yeah! Boo! Stuff and cheering. I sucked at this in academy.
Let's go.
All I got. There's nothing else.
That's all you got. After Tempest, Caterpillar's your backup.
Yarr. Point me at him. Point me at him. And he goes, you just start smacking the nearest one next to him.
All right, roll that to hit.
Yes.
Amazing.
I had to.
It was beautiful.
All right, so 20.
20 is a hit.
Yarr.
So you smack for that max damage of 12 again.
Yes.
And that moves it on to Rat's turn. And you can hear, the Hermit has followed you guys. He cleared that first entry like it was nothing. Dude apparently has a 30-foot long jump.
Okay.
But you do hear him kind of muttering, "Oh, what would Nick do? What would Nick do? What would he do?" But your move.
Nick would cast Fireball, and then you see Wrath disappear. How many would you say are within 30 feet of him?
Within 30 feet?
Yep.
10, 12 of them.
Okay, so the closest 5 are all going to have an attack made, as I'm using Steel Wind Strike. I can make a melee spell attack against up to 5 of them, and I'll get to the rest after here in just a second. So that is a. Where's my melee attack? It'd be the same as Shocking Grass. It'd be plus 11. First one, that's a 30 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that hits. They have an AC
29.
7.
Okay, so 2 hits.
You can only fail on a nat
21.
1.
Gotcha. 15 and 17. Okay, so I hit all of them, and all of them take 6 of these. 45 points of force damage, and I teleport 5 feet away from to an unoccupied space I can see within 5 feet of one of the targets. So whatever would put me closer to the middle of all of the rest of them.
Okay.
So
all right, we'll say you hit ones kind of up towards the northwest, and then move towards the southeast group.
Sure. So as Wrath says Nick would cast Fireball and disappears from sight, there's the sound of steel slicing through air, and then a crackle of electricity, and you just see 5 of them get smashed with this force damage, and Wrath teleports to the other side, and he activates his Blade Song as a bonus action.
All right, the Hermit will drop in his turn here. Oh, I wonder if I can do that. And he starts trying to concentrate, and you do, in fact, see him blast a fireball into the center of basically all of them on the right half of the room.
Hell yeah.
Sheesh.
They cannot pass the save. That's just not a possibility. Being a deck save, they would have failed even against most of your DCs automatically. He is casting that at a whopping 7th level because he likes to burn 7th level spell slots on all the time.
You.
Plus 4, so that's 12d. No, it starts at 6. God damn it! Why do I always forget which way Fireball is? Whether it's 8d6 or 68. Why do I always forget that?
It's 8d6 for Fireball.
Okay, so that's 12d6 he's dealing. Uh, 47. So he incinerates the majority of them with that one attack. That leaves like 3 in the room at this point as it moves on to Pius's turn.
Just as a heads up, Jess, I rolled a 3 on my d6 for the recharge, so I don't get it until the next day.
Alright. Oh, Pius, you need to roll the recharge as well for your disintegrate, right?
Do I?
Yeah,
If
because
it's from your artifact.
yeah,
Yes.
on a 6 you can use it
Okay.
again during the day. If it's not, you have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
You got a 6, you can use it again today.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go! Pius gives finger guns. Who's ready to fucking party? Because I got 2 more of them bad boys coming. I would use Finger of Death, but I'd rather use it on a humanoid that I can control.
Yep.
Okay, so it's my turn?
Yes, it is your turn. There are still 3 of them in the room.
Sick nasty. Fuck, what do I do, dude? I'm gonna use my 30 movement speed and get closer. I know that.
You can get to any of the 3 of them within that speed.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm just gonna fucking mollywop them with my club.
Alright.
Twice. I'll roll them individually, though. You never know. I don't want to count my chickens here. Always gotta remember. That's a 24 to hit.
That's definitely a hit.
Oh, and a nat 1.
Nat 1 is an
Shite.
automatic
Oof.
miss.
Yep. That's right. I have my time. Okay. That is 12 force damage. Not force damage. Sorry. Bludgeoning.
Deals the damage, you smash it down, and you see it kind of spring back up, but from all the amount that splattered off from the hit, it is noticeably smaller. A little under half its original size.
I'm going to turn you into a tenderized steak.
That moves on to the Black Puddings, all 3 of which are going to get themselves around Pius currently, as he is the closest.
Uh-oh.
I would have a hard time coming up with anything to say back to that, by the way. I just want to let you know. If somebody told me that as they were threatening my life, I would be flabbergasted.
That I'm going to turn him into a tenderized steak.
Yeah.
You guys are
Oh,
fighting like
shit.
non-sentient creatures, so like
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If it was a humanoid and a 5.5 foot tall Genasi woman told me that, I'd freak out too. Shit.
so one of them, after surrounding you, got a nat 20, the only hit.
That's fine.
Hey,
Silver barbs.
silvery barbs.
You don't have to do that. I can take it.
No. I want us all to be good for whatever big thing comes after these.
That's fair.
Okay, so that 20 became a 12, but since there's still advantage and they have that 19, it's a 24 to hit. Is their better roll?
That does not hit.
That's what I thought. I have not updated your AC on the sheet. What is it?
26.
All right, yes, they make all that effort, but that silvery barb stops it. Thus bringing the turn back to the top with Tempest.
You guys are doing great.
Thank you, Sky Chameleon.
Yeah.
Anyone want a snack? I can toss one to you.
Actually, yes. Do you have any jerky?
Toss some jerky.
You spend your action getting the jerky out of the bag and then toss it at him. And this is like, you know how you buy like those singular big slabs that are like 8 inches tall and like 6 inches wide? It's like that, but it's also like a half an inch thick. Like it came off some massive beast to be that thick of a jerky.
Amazing.
Captain, your
I
turn.
got you guys.
All right, Captain, what do you do?
Yarr, where's the nearest one?
There's one that's injured and one that's not injured that you could reach. Unfortunately, you can't quite reach the last one around Bias.
Okay, I'll go after the one that's injured.
Okay.
Where's my accompanying little...
Where's the skittering,
Where's my
Deuce?
skittering?
Oh.
Sorry.
How dare you? Yes, Niall.
All right, roll that to hit then for me.
16.
16. That's a hit for 12 damage, which is enough with the prior damage to finish that one off.
Captain Flyers looks the crowbar as he does.
Okay. Roll a Constitution save. This is very fresh.
The blood of my enemies. Blood for the blood god.
Blood for the bad guy. Rawr. 20, let's go.
20. All right, you managed to avoid serious effects, but you do take 3 acid damage.
Yeah. It's so spicy.
Is that what it is? You eat something so spicy that it like burns your nerve endings?
So I've seen a lot of different takes on how to put like mundane things like that into D&D. And I think it was like 3.5 homebrewing, but they specifically covered like spicy things being able to cause damage. And it's like, you know, basic is a 1 damage, and then there's a D4, and then like a ghost pepper is 1d10.
God damn. Jesus.
Huh.
That could kill a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could. Well, at least by the thought that most commoners are essentially 1 level. There's a whole nother take in D&D that commoners are typically between level 2 and 5. But neither here nor there. This isn't a podcast discussion of world building, so Wrath, it is your turn though.
How near is the closest?
Within your move speed.
Okay. Then Wrath will, chewing on this jerky, just make his way over casually to this thing and try to bonk it with his staff.
All
Just
right.
one-handed because he's eating jerky.
You have flanking for advantage with Pious.
Perfect. 26 to hit then.
That's a hit.
So that's 8 points of bludgeoning. And then it needs to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Natural 1 for 4.
So if it is not immune to stun, it is stunned until the end of my next turn. As a loud
Surprisingly,
crack of lightning.
it is not immune to being stunned.
Okay, so it is stunned, has a loud crack of thunder, peels out from whenever I bonk it. That's my turn.
All right. Pius, your turn. You've got the one that Wrath just bonked and the other one on your other side, basically.
I'm
This one's
bonking this.
fine.
What'd you say?
This one's fine for a little bit.
Oh.
Bonk.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I mouthful.
No, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna bonk the other one then.
Anything but a nat 1 hits.
So a 28 and a 25. Okay,
Yep.
for both attacks. Okay, so that is
20. God damn it. I'm trying to read it off of the display for the stream.
Yeah.
That's short.
yeah 20,
Okay,
20
20.
damage. Yep, from
e-
both attacks. That's total.
exact health, though. Smash
Hey,
that thing
let's
into
go.
oblivion.
Hell yeah!
All right, that leaves the last one stunned. Can't do anything. Back to the top of the turn order, Tempest.
That really yees my haw, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna flip off this last target from a safe distance.
Riga, fuck you. And you notice it's not like it just pops up in front of her. Now that she's got like a very specific target that's at a distance, the hand pops up adjacent to the slime, flipping it off.
So Wrath is standing pretty much over the slime, just holding the staff over its head in case it moves to just slam it down again. And he sees this and he laughs so hard that crumbs of the jerky just spray out onto the head of the slime.
Captain, your go. It's just a little sidestep for you, and you have advantage to hit. If you somehow roll double natural ones, you bonk yourself in the head. For a crit at that, so don't roll double nat ones.
Don't roll double nat ones. You got it. All right.
Do it.
So we're gonna not roll, double nat ones. Just
Do
don't
it
do
anyway. Do it.
Just do it.
it. Just do it.
Thank you.
All right, you got a successful hit in there.
Yeah.
And max damage for it is enough to finish it off. As this last one gets the crowbar of slime smiting slams down into it, and this one, instead of just kind of splashing out, almost pops like a balloon. And you all kind of notice that you hadn't noticed it so much when you walked in because your illumination's from this purple light. But as the last one kind of dies down, the room gets less purple.
Yeah, damn it. There's another one.
I look up. Are my lights still there?
Yes, they are. It's almost like there was some other type of purple presence through the air, and that has dissipated now.
I'll eat you. You get back here.
Well done, Captain. You scared it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, guess we should have a look at what they were laying on. I go look in one of the areas where they were resting.
Okay. How about everyone else? Is everyone else going to start searching the holes, or are you going to go back to the searching you were doing before?
You cut out a little bit, Jess. Sorry.
Oh, are you going to go search holes like Wrath is, or are you going to continue the searching that you were doing before?
I'm gonna continue my search, the one I was doing before.
Okay.
Yeah, you search some holes.
Continue.
Ooh.
You're going to continue as well, Tempest?
Mm.
Okay, Captain, what about you?
Yeah. I'm gonna continue eating the slimes, putting them in little jars.
How many little jars do you even have to put them in?
How many little jars can I buy?
None. You are currently in a dungeon.
Okay, fine. I can't put any in the jars then.
Here, Wrath pulls out 15 alchemist vials.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, black pudding vial times 15, basically. You have 15
Yeah.
count of black pudding vials.
Ah.
Because alchemist vials are actually designed to withstand shit like this.
Yep.
Okay. Wrath, go ahead and give me an investigation check for that hole that you're looking at real quick.
Sure. Investigation. Fuck. 7.
7. You don't notice anything in that hole. Nothing worth noting of any kind.
Wait, 1 second. Hold on. I thought I had a thing. Didn't I tell you about a thing? Maybe I'm thinking about something.
Oh, we had been talking, and you mentioned there was an ability that you hadn't noticed for Sorcerer. It was like a level 6 ability, I think. Just
Sorcerer's
sorcerer.
versatility?
No, it was an optional ability.
Ah, magical guidance. I can spend a sorcery point to reroll the d20, which I will do
All right.
on an ability check. Sorry.
It's basically a superpowered lucky feat.
Yeah. 18.
18. You notice while looking around in the hole, there is a hole about 2.5, 3 inches diameter at the bottom. There's a couple of them, and they seem to be going directly towards other holes in the room.
I think I found something.
But Tempest, as you continue your search along the wall, if you choose to ignore what Rat's saying,
Can we stop? What's up?
There's a hole here. It seems to connect to all of them. Maybe there's more we're not seeing.
Yeah.
Should we send the little one through first?
they're not that big.
This would normally be something we could send Twilight into.
Hey.
Especially since she, with the extra attunement slots, has the armor of amorphous form attuned currently.
Yeah. We should maybe come back for this, unless we can think of some other way of finding another passage. Have y'all found anything?
So, Pius, as you got back over there to finish up your search off that previous roll, you didn't find any indications that anything has been in here other than these oozes, and after seeing the paths they left, you don't even think they've moved out of those holes in at least 3 years. Tempest, you're getting over there towards that eastern side where Pius was searching for those types of clues, but you're searching the walls, and you notice a rock that's kind of out of place. It's a different type of rock. Like most of the cave is this brown rock, but this particular spot is a chunk of granite, gray granite in the wall.
I kick it with the heel of my boot.
So Wrath, you call out. You're like, "Hey, did you guys find anything?" And you all just kind of notice Tempest decides to kick this freaking rock. Give me an attack roll.
An attack roll? Oh,
Yes,
shit.
and it's an unarmed
Oh,
strike for you.
Fuck.
So what, 1d20?
Yeah, to hit with your unarmed strike.
Fuck, was that 8 or 7? I don't remember. I think it was...
It's on your character sheet for sure. In the combat actions.
Yeah, oh my god. I'm scarier unarmed.
Sometimes, yeah. Yeah, more than good enough. You hit it, and you notice as your foot's making contact, this thing wasn't like loosely on the wall, and you smash it straight off, and it kind of bounces up and hits the ceiling, and you notice that you've broken some type of contraption by doing this. One made out of stones.
Neat.
Is that a doorway?
It could be. I broke a thing.
Oh.
Hello? Anything inside?
No, you don't see anything inside. It looks like it was probably a lever of some kind, because there's open space going up from where, like a tube of rock is laying that was connected to the part you kicked off.
I thought we shoved flowers in the tube.
It's not that big. God damn. Do you think he's just like a little sprite or something tonight? I keep trying to shove him in like 2-inch holes.
I keep imagining these holes are like 1.5 feet wide at least.
No.
When you say small, that's what I think of as small.
I mean, I guess by D&D standards of how they categorize small versus tiny, you'd be right. No, these things are tiny. It's like a lever pull. Like, it's not that thick.
Oh.
It's also a solid tube, like no hole on the inside. Wrath, you walk over.
I pick it up. Does it look like it could be reattached with a mending spell, maybe?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll stick it to the wherever it reattaches and just hold a hand over it, and soft energy glows and mends it back together.
All right. So over the minute cast time for mending, Pius, you are standing right there. Do you just continue to stand there? Uh-oh, is
No.
Pius muted? No? No, you're going to move away?
Yes.
Okay, where are you going to go, and what are you going to do?
Oh. I really don't know. I think I'm just. I think I'm just gonna follow the group's lead on this one.
All right. Well, the group is
Mhm.
standing over where you were, so that'd be just staying in place, basically.
Oh. Well, in that case, yeah, I'm gonna stand right here.
Captain, what about you? You're kind of over towards where Wrath was looking in that hole, which is closer to the center of the room. As everyone else is over there and Wrath is starting to cast Mending to fix this lever, what are you doing?
Takes a look in the hole.
You're going to take a look in the hole too?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
$15.
15. You don't notice anything that Wrath didn't notice, but you do see those holes that seem to be little carved tunnels over to the other holes in the room.
Would my knowledge of stone offer me any insight on this?
Actually, yes, you should have had advantage for that. So roll a second.
Yeah. Okay.
What was it this time?
It was 17.
17? No, still not enough to change up what you found.
All right, fine.
But Wrath, you successfully get it mended as Captain is double checking your hole.
Everybody ready to see the secrets of the dragon tomb?
Yeah.
I'll pull the lever.
Wrong lever! Let me send you the updated map. And of course, display the correct one on the what's it called? Stream. Okay, you found another tunnel leading out this way, over towards the east.
Ladies first. Not really, you don't have to. I don't know why I went with that one.
Now, fuck it, I'll do it.
Okay.
We. We.
Did I?
Sorry, I had to.
Oh my god! The fuck? Apparently I accidentally deleted the loot hoard that was here. It's not on my notes now. I know I wrote it up though, so I somehow accidentally deleted it.
I've done that before. Those, surprisingly, those are like the worst things to delete out of your notes.
It really is, because it's like a half an hour even for just a little hoard.
Mm-hmm.
Which means there's no way I can hand you a good one without just saying random shit at this point.
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna just start typing it up for the rewards channel, because there's no way I'm gonna remember after I say it. Okay, Discord, stop telling me about Overwatch. I don't play that game.
Yeah.
Is that because I have it open in the background over here?
Probably.
No.
No, it's
No,
saying
'cause I
quest
didn't too.
available.
Mm-hmm. Just telling
Yeah,
that to me
perked
too.
up quest. Claim 5 loot boxes.
Already did.
Anyways, we're gonna just type in some numbers. I'm just gonna follow my heart and hit random numbers for shit.
No worries. We're hitting the end of the night anyway.
Yes, we are. I'll wait on the rewards for a moment. So you get into that large chamber there at the end. Back up. As you're traveling down this tunnel, you start to notice a bunch of those black acid pools. You have to maneuver carefully, but you can get around them. But you notice that it seems to be where this tunnel lines up with the other tunnel that was dripping acid. It seems to be dripping through the floor right here into the tunnel below it. And as you get over to the chamber, you see in the middle, you see this big pile of coins and gems and a few items. You also notice up in the top, up near the ceiling, there's a hole about 10 feet in diameter leading out of the wall of the mountain completely. You can see the sunlight coming through it. Very reminiscent of when you ran into that black dragon before. This whole thing just keeps reminding you about that stupid black dragon. While you're digging through the loot and collecting it, though, you do find a torment chunk. Which I will make sure to include in the rewards.
Who's taking this one?
I'll take it.
Your job is done here. You have found the hoard to collect. So the question then becomes, I actually don't have to write out rewards, to be honest. Are you going to try to keep any of this potentially, or are you going to just hand it all over without actually searching through it?
Oh no, we're definitely searching through it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah, fuck these goddamn giants.
Yeah, you know you're going to have to return a pretty hefty chunk of it, but you can probably snipe a couple of items, so a little bit of the gold, sort of thing.
Give them useless items that you don't need.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we're getting.
You know,
I just
all
want
the
to.
stuff you guys don't use.
Right.
In your
We're just
inventory?
looking for stuff that would actually benefit us.
That's what I would do. But then again, I'm not in the game.
Well, you are. You're just unconscious.
I'm just unconscious. I'm in your head.
I'm in your head. Okay, we'll cover all of how you divided the loot out, what you kept, like next session when we come back, so I can finish typing up rewards and such. But you're able to leave, and we'll pretend it's divvied out, and you'll be able to give them whatever you chose not to keep. It is going to take you. It took you about an hour through these tunnels, and it takes you another hour to get back out of them. So it is already 6 p.m. and the sun is going down by the time you exit the dragon's lair.
Well, do you think they'd allow us a night's sleep, or do you think they're that anxious to get their hands on this?
One more day won't kill them.
You know, I'm with that. Let's go check on Twilight.
Aye.
She's gone. She completely ran away.
One more day might kill her.
That's true.
You go back in, you find her plastered to the ceiling.
Oh,
Wait,
God,
what is that stuff?
She's a metamorphosis. She's making a chrysalis.
No, that's not what happens. But yeah, so you go back to the Instant Fortress because you're going to rest for the night. It is about 7:30 p.m. by the time you get back to the fortress, and Twilight's still there with the pseudo dragon. She is still sweating profusely, but it has turned into this. My brain just figured out why my description is bad, but I can't think of another way to say it. All of her sweat is coming out this thick, white, creamy liquid.
Hate that.
Yeah, terrible.
I realized how bad that was at this moment.
It's everywhere.
Yes.
I ain't touching her.
You're the cleric.
Nope, not anymore. I'm putting levels into barbarian. Y'all can handle this shit. This is way out of my forte. Fuck that. I ain't touching her skin with a 10-foot pole, bud.
Oh, God, it's flashbacks to when I walked in on my uncle.
Okay, I'm going to sleep. Y'all have a good night.
All right, I'm
My
going to
brain is scarred.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
We'll talk about it.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
I think we are so dead.
We are.
Twilight's dead.
She's still breathing, but she is breathing heavily at this point. It's almost
fine.
like it's almost like a fever that's just gotten progressively worse.
Jesus Christ. Give me just a second.
Do you need a private moment?
Twilight, you in there?
So Twilight, at this point, you got that last vision of this big war, and you came back to, and you still had those 4 figures around you. But no matter what you do, they are always that same 20 feet away from you, and they don't respond to anything you do. And you've now been in this position in the void for about another 32 hours. Like, you've spent 2 days of uninterrupted consciousness in this void, just about at this point, when you hear Pius's voice.
What did he say again? Like,
Twilight, you in there?
or, I'm here. I think. Who are you?
It's
Who are
Pius.
you? God damn it!
No, chill out, girl. It's Pius.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I changed it in my Genasi form. Listen, are you good?
Am I good?
Yeah, are you good?
Define good. I'm
Well-
victorious. We started a war. You gotta hear all about it.
A war? What are you talking about?
Oh my
You're
God.
expelling some creamy liquid, and we're all getting pretty uncomfortable. Could you please wake up?
No.
Okay,
No.
well,
Well, we're just gonna have to leave her outside tonight.
listen, they're all looking to me to clean you up, and I'm
No.
not touching that shit. I'm not touching that shit, girl. You need to wake the fuck up.
I'm learning to just discover who I am.
Oh,
Can I have 5 more minutes?
sure, yeah, that's fine. She'll be all right.
So are you gonna try to telepathically communicate with her in 5 minutes, or are you just gonna leave it be?
I'll wait 5 minutes.
Okay. So after 5 minutes, she does nothing. Her body is still exactly where it was before.
Okay, see, this is when you should wake up. I
Twilight,
counted.
it's been another 9 hours for you. And you've continued to just sit there, essentially alone in this void, thinking.
You know what? I think I should wake up, but I don't know how.
God damn it, I'm gonna have to touch you on her. Fucking hell. Okay, listen, you owe me after this. Just so you know, if I swear to God, Twilight, if this shit stains my clothes,
You might run.
I don't
You know what,
even know
never
what's
mind.
happening to my body. All I know is I'm like soaked in this like gooey stuff.
Wait, in your head?
No idea.
Okay.
You, from your perspective, are totally okay, dry, no weird liquids.
Okay, I'm gonna try something, Twilight. Just bear with me. I'm going to. Where's it at?
You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing.
I'm just worried about you. Where the fuck is it? There it is.
Disintegrate.
I'm going to. Finger of death, you are mine now. I'm going to cast life transference. So, question.
Answer.
Since I have those 2 level 6 and level 7 spells, does that mean that I can cast a lower spell at that level?
No, they do not count
Okay.
as spell slots.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to cast life transference on her
Okay.
and hurt myself.
Don't hurt yourself, buddy.
It's fine.
Do it.
If you die and I die, I don't think this is a good idea.
Well, how much? How much is it?
So I take 14 necrotic damage and she takes 28 healing.
Okay. So she isn't hurting in health and doesn't actually recover any. But you chose a very good spell for this, because you have made a connection of life force between the two of you. Twilight, you see a white light in the distance. It's warm, it's familiar. It feels like pious.
It feels like pious, but is it pious?
As far as you can tell, it's pious.
Take the bias. Take the free bias.
So, do I see it, or is it just a light?
You see the white light ahead of you, and it feels like pious. Warm, familiar, kind, caring. Slightly annoyed.
Slightly annoyed?
Yes, slightly
So
annoyed.
it's glowing a little pinkish then, I take it.
A little.
I guess I'll just kind of go towards it, but I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna be back, motherfuckers, and I want your decision. If you're with me or not!
So you walk into the light, and instead of dying, you do wake up.
Well,
You
fuck
feel
me.
like shit.
Wow, that actually worked.
Glorious. Damn!
Hey, welcome back. You need a bath.
You. Yes, I do need a bath.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Good thing
saying.
she has
girl.
that ring of prestidigitation that she's cleaned everyone but herself with.
Yeah, you should. God, it stinks. You really should. You really should do that.
I cast it, and I'll cast it right on pious. Since I'm kind of out of it.
Why are you casting it on me?
Cleans the Earth Genasi, who immediately becomes dirty again.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm cleaning myself, even though I'm cleaning you.
Okay, look at me in my eyeballs.
You look
Okay.
clean. You look so fucking clean.
Yes, thank you. That's great. Now, do a 180 and do it on yourself.
180. Honey, I can't even fucking stand. I do not know how to turn a 180.
You don't. It's a metaphor. Dipshit, it's a metaphor. Cast a
Twilight,
diamond
you feel like
yourself.
shit, but you're not mentally impaired.
I will slap you. I will get that white shit on my hand just to smack the shit out of you.
You're gonna witness crime.
Twilight gets herself clean. And she's clearly not going to get up to do anything else for the night. It is just, like, bed rest for her.
Where do you want to sleep?
Where do I want to sleep?
Yes. Because I'm going to carry you there.
Wait.
Wait, is she in the fortress?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You
Never
all
mind.
are.
I thought we left her somewhere else. My bad. I thought we just threw her to the side and just went on that little adventure. Okay. Never mind. I was going to pick her up by her, like, the front of her armor and just carry her into a room, but if she's already in a room. Okay, get some rest.
Where? Like, I just woke up. You expect me to rest?
Well, you ain't going to go anywhere.
I'm gonna go explore. I'm kind of, not feeling the best, and some coffee would be nice. Calm down.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna
Okay.
bunker.
Wait, no. She's already feeling like shit. I burned a spell slot on this bitch. You better not fucking knock her out again.
I could use the pointy end and it'll solve our problems.
No, that is the complete opposite.
Okay. Sorry, I'm on a kick right now.
No, trust me, I get it. I almost hit her, but I'm not going to do it.
I'm not gonna stop screaming his name until he gets me some coffee.
Till next.
The scene fades.
I love how this can be solved quickly because there's a bag of snack holding that can just coffee.
Tempest refuses. God damn it.
Oh, sorry. The snack is getting the snack bag's being maintenanced.
I don't want the goddamn snack bag. I'm Captain made me some fucking coffee.
All right, Tempest, can I have a snack?
Sure.
Thanks. Pius pulls out.
Maintenance
a pot
is
of coffee.
done.
Here's your coffee.
It's cold.
It's not cold. It's steaming.
Pour it on her.
No, Tempest.
I just need. I'm gonna go. I need to step outside.
Go hunt something, or for God's sake.
Yeah.
Good. That is a good plan.
Please.
Captain.
I'm off. Doge is off.
I understand why you flesh bags just have anxiety all the time. This is fucking overwhelming.
You're
I don't-
overwhelmed. What the hell?
Hey, Raph, do you have a cigarette?
Reading.
Oh my
Shit.
god, your cigarette sounds really nice right now.
No, oh, fuck's sake. Pius just walks away. Muttering to herself. I can't do this forever. I mean, on God, I'm gonna hit this bitch. I swear to God.
Yeah, you're having regrets now, motherfucker, for bringing me back. God,
There we go. There's a list of your loot, everybody.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, it's not ours. That's just what we have to pick from.
Some
Yeah.
of it is.
There's over a million. There's 1.6 million copper, 13,000 silver, 7,000 gold, little over 500 platinum. There are 300 gold piece diamonds, 7 rubies worth 200 each, 6 paintings worth 800 each, an ornate greatsword and its scabbard, ornate plate mail, ornate dagger and its scabbard. They all match. They were clearly made as a set. with Identify, you find out the Greatsword is a Holy Avenger, and the Dagger is a Defender weapon. There are 13 tonics, 10 refined tonics, 7 tinctures, and 4 refined tinctures, a Phoenix Tear, and of course the Torment Chunk. Phoenix Tear is a revival item, tinctures restore spell slots, and tonics are healing potions.
Oh, damn. I wish I was a fucking paladin. That would be so fucking dope.
I can
Oh.
We've
Yeah,
more or
you
less
have-
at the end, though, right?
Yeah,
You have
basically.
to have a paladin to attune to it, too. Damn.
Yeah. No, I'm not going paladin for that.
Paladin.
I almost want to.
I'll be a paladin.
You'd have to take your next level. Or a level down the road.
I mean, I suck at it, but yeah, I'll do it. In order to get that thing, yeah, I want it.
I'm not sure you could connect to a code of conduct well enough to become a paladin.
No, I probably wouldn't.
No,
They
you
were just
didn't.
used as like a kind of like a they would just look good on me, basically.
I
So
say
you want
we-
to?
Good.
What? Go. No, you go.
I was gonna say, I say we hand over the ornate stuff. That's like the prized possession of this horde, right? That means we can take like the diamonds, split maybe the tonics and stuff. Take the tier and the torment chunk.
Just remember, if you basically only hand off coin in a single set of armor and weapons, it might look suspicious.
Oh no, what I'm saying is we split the tonics between us and them. We leave the rubies, the paintings, the ornate stuff. Split the tonics, take the torment chunk, the phoenix tier, and maybe a little bit of gold. We don't really need a lot.
Useless items that I want to get rid of.
The diamonds we can actually use. The rubies we can't really use for anything, right?
Yeah, the diamonds, Twilight, are the ones you need for Revivify. I essentially just handed you guys 4 reses in the loot.
But then again, she wouldn't really know anything about this loot, would she?
The divvying out probably would happen back at base, since the idea was let's just go back and we'll deal with the rest in the morning. So that probably happened after you woke up.
So she wouldn't know it.
It was after you woke up. At base. You're right there as they went through it. You know about it. You're a part of this discussion.
Yeah. So I think we should just, give them the shit that we don't need, like my bear traps and what other stuff that I don't use.
I don't know any dragon that would take your bear trap to add to its horde. I'm just letting you know.
Well, you guys were doing something with loot, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. And we're giving it to who?
Well, we find ourselves in a city of giants, or a town, or community, whatever you wish to call it, of giants.
I know them quite well. I speak giant.
Do you?
I really do.
Wow. It's impressive.
Say something giant.
Yes. But I speak it very well.
Yeah, she's not lying. I mean, I know that's a pretty common word, but
Her pronunciation was on point, given how gravelly you have to speak for giant.
yeah, I'm surprised that sound came out of that little thing, to be honest.
Hey, I can turn into a lion if it makes you feel better.
And I can rip you in half, you little shit.
With a lion.
Yes.
I ain't lying.
All right, I think we need to wrap up here. We are at the 4 hours. Maya's getting antsy, and that gives you guys a week to actually think about exactly what you want out of the loot, essentially. But Twilight did bring up a good point that you guys could potentially put items into it that you don't want to keep,
Yeah.
like from your own.
That is a good point. I just don't think
Yeah.
they'd be interested in a bear trap.
Very true.
Well, I mean, who cares if they're interested in it? I mean, that's what we found.
It's dragons wouldn't have them. Was Wrath's counterpoint.
Yeah,
Dragons
okay.
only keep things of high value. Typically. There's some weird exceptions out there. Like dragon turtles collect seashells and shit.
Bunch of weirdos.
But yeah,
Question.
Yes.
Burning question.
a burning question.
Do we get a long rest here?
Yeah, you can take a long rest before the next day.
If I spend 8 hours reading, do I still get a long rest? I would put it at 2 in the morning. I'd be ending.
2 in the morning.
Probably not.
2 in the morning. You sleep right away. You'd wake up at about 8, which is the normal get up and get moving time. 6 hours is just enough to count for your long rest because you're not doing strenuous activity with the reading.
Okay. So can I mark off that the tome is red then?
Yes, you can mark off that your tome is red.
Thank you.
Sorry. Hell yeah.
I'd say mark off the first level spell slot for that burning, but you get it back after the long rest. Alright, we are closing out for the night. There's no one to go raid at the moment, so we're just gonna call it off. We'll be back next week with all the fun stuff. Glad to have you all here. Hope to see you again in the future, and as always, I love you! Bye-bye, Kobo!
Bye, motherfuckers.